it to the end zone. No one's going to catch him. That's Aiden Ball. I'm sorry. Aiden Ball, number 14. And the banner says, "You won't last a minute with the mighty Bruins." So I like that. That's pretty cool. There's Adam Payton getting introduced. And Adam Payton, by the way, is one of the biggest players on the Blacksburg football team, just so you know. 6'4", 274. So he can start for a lot of college teams right now.
That's a good-sized young man.
Yeah.
Very good-sized young man. You know, you look at him, and then you look at Adam Vault, 6'7", 249. That's two good-sized young men for high school football.
And that's one thing about Blacksburg. They sometimes are not the biggest and most physical team on the football field, but they get it done. I mean, they're fast, and they got a lot of good athletes on the team.
They do. They have a lot of good athletes, and we'll have to see those athletes tonight because Liberty, they are big, they're strong, and they're fast. So we're going to see the best that they have as well.
So Blacksburg is now taking the field, led by number 9, Austin Hanks. And 54 was out there in the lead, too, as well.
C.J. Linkus.
C.J. Linkus.
C.J. Linkus' motor goes all the time. I talked to him Saturday after the game Friday night, and still has the perfect attitude. You know, he has the will to win, and that's what we need in this program.
Exactly right. The coaches love him. I mean, he's not an outspoken, outgoing, rah-rah kind of guy, but he leads by example. He's an on-the-field leader, as opposed to Marcus Alardo, who's just very emotional, but doesn't say a lot either. But it's C.J. Linkus who leads the football team.
He really does, and he's. I'm a little partial to old country boys and C.J. and the likes of Joe Lucas. There's some old country boys, and you like to see those guys out on the football field because you know what you're going to get with them.
So deep for Blacksburg in the middle, the speedy David Hirsch. On the wings, we got Austin Hanks and Corbin Hendricks. So it doesn't matter where the kick goes. That's 3 pretty good runners back there.
It sure is. I see Corbin over there. I have a feeling they'll try to kick it away from him, but
well, Hunter Taylor's got the ball on the right hash mark. They have to kick it all the way across the field to get to Corbin. He does not. He gets it down to Hirsch. Hirsch drops it at the 12-yard line, picks it up. Now he's going to have to really run to get back to the 20, and he doesn't make it. Just by the fact that he dropped the kickoff, it kind of ruined the timing of the play, and Liberty was able to get in and knock him down short of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, there was a seam there. I think if he had fielded it cleanly, we might have been able to get some extra yardage there.
He basically did the same thing that a lot of bad golfers do. He lifted his head. He wanted to see who's coming, and he forgot to catch the football.
Yeah, at that point, you have to trust the players that are in front of you.
That's right. You got to get the ball first. Anyway, first down Blacksburg at their own 18-yard line. The quarterback is big number 12, Caleb Bornstedt. And in the backfield, number 1, Corbin Hendricks is the tailback. Bornstedt is rolling out. He's got room to run. He's going to turn the corner. And Liberty did a good job of knocking him out of bounds after a short game. He got about a yard, maybe 2 on the play.
Well, he looked like he had a lot more room than that.
Yeah,
I guess it's just going to the wide side of the field. It looked like he was going to pick up more yardage than he did. They did a good job of containment over there.
And one thing about this football field, it doesn't have a big crown. And the reason for that is they play soccer on this field. So normally when a field is crowned, when you start to the sideline, you kind of run downhill. But not on this field.
Right.
So he didn't get a lot of momentum going around the end that time. He got a yard, 2nd and 9. Shotgun formation. So Bornstedt is back with Corbin Hendricks on his right shoulder, and Hendricks gets the ball. Right up the middle, Corbin Hendricks. Good yardage up to the 25-yard line. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for Blacksburg.
It's a very good run, good hold by the offensive line. And, as I said earlier in the show, I think the line of scrimmage is we have to win that tonight. And right there, that's a good sign for us.
And the tackle was made by Josh Quick. Get this, Brad, 6'3", 285 D-line. Pretty good-sized boy.
Said they were big and strong.
He hasn't missed many meals, you know what I mean?
Maybe that's why we didn't get that roster until Thursday.
That's right. Big 3rd down play, 3rd and 3 for the Bruins. Bornstedt is under center, I formation. He's going to pitch it to Hendricks. Corbin needs to turn the corner. He can't do it. Liberty caught him in the backfield. Actually lost 2 yards. No blocking for Blacksburg. Corbin just needed about 1 block so he could turn it upfield, but he couldn't get a block, and they knocked him down short of the 1st down yardage. So it's 4th and 5, and Blacksburg goes 3 and out.
Well, they had pressure coming there, and I talked to Coach Chris earlier, and in the week, and he was talking about their defensive ends and trying to take care of them was going to be a chore.
Carson Wise is into punt. Trayvon Lightfoot is back to receive the kick. High, spiral, good kick. Lightfoot at the 41-yard line. Lightfoot trying to find some running room. Tries to get her. Oh, there's a block, and there's a clip. They're going to run. They're going to bring this one back. Clipping on number 14. Well, Aiden Ball's the guy got clipped, and the flag came down immediately, and it's going to come back, Brad.
Yeah, that's that's good for us. That was an unfortunate penalty on their side. The running back was already down the field, so that penalty was senseless.
Most of the time, you see those penalties behind the play, and if you're a coach, it absolutely drives you wild when you play it back and say, why did you even bother to try to block this guy? The play was already past you.
Yep, that's right.
And Trayvon Lightfoot, you're right, had turned the corner, and it was a good return. They're bringing it all back.
And I think we'll see a little bit more of him as the game goes along. He's got a lot of speed, and he could be one of our issues on big plays tonight for deep balls. I know he's a favorite target of theirs.
So right away, Liberty has great field position, 39-yard line. Remember, Blacksburg started at their own 17-yard line. So now we're going to look at the stack I. The quarterback is number 10, Austin Porter, and there are 3 guys directly behind him. And the tailback, the deep guy, Lightfoot, gets it, and they stack him up at the line of scrimmage. Good play by the Blacksburg defense. He goes nowhere.
Very good defense, and that's how you defend that. I mean, you have to take them head on. And
C.J. Linkus, Corbin Hendricks.
They were bringing 2 lead backs there and taking him off tackle, and our guys came in and fought hard and was able to make the stop with only a yard of gain.
Well, that's interesting. Alardo and Hendricks just switched helmets. I have no idea what that's about. See, they're still playing with their chin straps. Hendricks' helmet came off on the play. Both of them are out of the game right now, which is not good.
Nope.
2nd down and 9 at the 40. Once again, the quarterback is Austin Porter, number 10. This time they hand off to the tailback again. That's Lightfoot, and he gets close to a first down. Wow.
Matthew Smith on the carry.
Carson Wise Morgan McCoy made the tackle. And that was actually Matthew Smith, I'm sorry. And it is a first down at the 50-yard line.
And as you can see through with that Maryland eye, just as I talked about earlier, with sort of the deception of the single wing from last week, you can see the difference there. If you get that ball fake in there, you're going to have some of those inside linebackers biting, and if that quarterback reads it correctly, a lot of times you don't know where the football is.
So after the equipment problem, Alardo and actually Alardo's still on the sideline, but Corbin Hendricks is back in the game. First down and 10 from the 50-yard line for Liberty. No score, just underway, 9-12 first quarter. Quarterback kept the ball, late handoff to Matthew Smith. He was going down when he handed off, and they got 5 yards on the play.
We've got to try to make a stand here. They're faking that dive, and then they're bringing in that second back as the lead backer or lead blocker, and we've got to be able to take him on to free up it for the linebackers. 2nd
and 4. Again, they put it in the fullback's belly and pull it out, and this time Blacksburg stops the play cold. First in for the Bruins, number 44, Joey Del Percio. He jammed it up, and then he got some help from his teammates.
Well, you like to see that. That play right there reminds me of Blacksburg defense of old. You have one person there, and then you have 5 or 6 more of your buddies coming to help you out.
No gain, 3rd and 4. That was a big stop, Brad. If they could stop him here, they get the ball back.
I think we need to watch the option here.
Now they've broken the eye. They got 2 guys in the backfield, and they got a slot and a wide receiver. Oh, the ball's on the ground, and I think the quarterback recovered, but it's going to be 4th down. Still fighting for the ball. It looks like the quarterback, Austin Porter, has it. He dropped the snap.
He did, and we talked about that earlier as well in pregame about having jitters, first game of the year for Liberty, and that could be a reason for this. It's their first drive. That's a huge play for us. Looks like Morgan McCoy's back.
I was going to say, Steinspring started in the game, and Coach said, no, let's let Morgan do it. So Morgan's back, so we'll see what happens. Morgan McCoy is anticipating the punt. He's not going to get a chance at a short kick. Oh, and a great bounce for Liberty. It's going to go inside the 10-yard line, and they're going to down it at the 5-yard line. What a great bounce. And McCoy had no chance.
He had no chance. That ball probably rolled 20 yards.
It sure did. It's going to look good in the paper tomorrow. It's going to probably look like a 45-yard punt, but in reality, he hit it 20 and it rolled 20.
we gotta our offensive line here has got to bear down.
Yeah, we got to get out of the shadows of our own goalpost here.
Get some yardage here and try to get down the field.
Actually marked the ball at the 6-yard line. So the Bruins have not had good field position so far in this first quarter, but there's no score. They did a good job slowing Liberty down and eventually stopping them. Let's see what they do from their own 6. Bornstedt will be under center. Hands off to Corbin Hendricks. Hendricks over the right side, the left side, excuse me. And he got about 2 yards, and that's it.
Well, I tell you, there was a hole there for just a second, and then it closed up quickly.
What I like about Corbin, though, is very, very rarely does he go down on the first hit. Usually takes 2 or 3 guys to get him down.
Sure does.
He's a tough runner.
And he's always moving forward.
Yeah, that's right. He's leaning forward. He's 5'9", 195, so he's got a lot of muscle on that 5'9" frame, I'll tell you. He looks bigger than 5'9" to me.
He really does, and I look for Caleb here to possibly do a little play action and see if we can't get one of these players out in space and try to connect on a pass here.
2nd down and 9. Bornstedt going to throw for the first time tonight, and it's going to be intercepted. Boy, the receiver needed to come back. That was intended for Aiden Ball, but the defensive back had position the whole way. That was Cody Massey. And so Liberty gets the ball at the 37-yard line of Blacksburg. And so Caleb Bornstedt's first pass, again, underthrown and intercepted.
Yeah, and that's definitely not the way that we want to start here. But that defensive back for Liberty, I mean, he was just like he was playing basketball. I mean, he boxed out Aiden Ball, and he wanted the ball at that point more than Aiden did.
So let's see what Liberty does with the turnover. Austin Porter back to the stack eye. He's going to try to throw. They got him in the backfield. Look at that. Corbin Hendricks came through and threw him all the way back to the 49-yard line.
That was sweet.
That really was. Big defensive play.
You know, that's the type of plays that you need to sort of shift that momentum back to where you need. And and I think that's the special thing about this team. You know, as we talked about before, new attitude.
Yeah.
And last year, I'm not so sure after throwing an interception if we would have came back with this type of attitude.
Loss of 7 on the play. It's back to the 46, 2nd and 17. 2 men in the backfield. And hitting the backfield, and now he gets some yards. Number 14, he's a tough runner. Matthew Smith got all the way down to the 40. So he got about 7 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 12 for Liberty.
That's, I tell you what, he's running the ball hard. And, you know, Matthew Smith, he's a sophomore, but he's 6'1", 210.
Yeah.
That's a good-sized tailback.
Kind of reminds me of Ryan Sims. Same kind of frame, same kind of runner, straight up, but always leaning forward. Yeah. Here's another big play for Blacksburg defensively. 3rd down and 12. They need to dig in and make a stop here. Quarterback rolling out, looking to throw, does throw, and completes his pass, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. Completes to number 7, Trayvon Lightfoot, but they're close enough, Brad. They may go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like the're just a few yards short.
They're too far away for a field goal. It's going to be marked just inside the 30. It's going to be 4th and 2, basically. So here's an opportunity for the Blacksburg defense to make a play.
Looks like they're
going for it.
They go for it.
Yeah, I would. This is no man's land. You're too far away for a field goal and too close to punt. And the way they've been running the ball, look out, they're going to try to get Blacksburg to jump, and it looks like they might have done that. Wow. That's exactly what happened. That's just, I tell you what.
Those types of penalties will make a defensive coordinator go crazy.
Yeah, that's just a mental mistake by Blacksburg. You know, Liberty, that was their whole intention. They come up the line quick, hard signal count, somebody jumped, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you come out and you have 3 good downs and then just mental mistakes, you know, and discipline's such a huge part of this game.
5:14 left, first quarter, no score. Liberty has the ball, and they're moving methodical. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Blacksburg has recovered. There's a fumble, and the Bruins have it. Wow.
That's great.
Let's see who got it.
Bornstedt.
Bornstedt got it. He sure did. So he made up for the interception.
He did. He did. You know, that's his 2nd fumble recovery in 2 games. He made one last week against Giles as well.
So that's huge. And right when it looked like Liberty was going to get out to the early lead in this football game, the Bruins have it back. And really, this is their best field position as far as starting the drive, I think, of the night, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Yeah,
we're on the 21. You know, we started out on the 18 and then on the 5. So
that's right.
So we're in a little bit better shape than we were the first 2 possessions.
We just need to settle down, you know, run our offense, just move the chains and keep the ball for a while. Let the defense rest.
Looks like we're in a spread formation.
And that's a completed pass from Morgan McCoy from Bornstedt to the 25-yard line. Steinspring was all alone over here on the other side of the field.
Yep, it looked like, and this might be what we have to do to be successful tonight. They spread the field out, and they're big up front.
Yeah, so it's gonna be hard to
spread
run
them
between
out
tackles
and try to use some of our skilled players to our advantage.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's going to be very difficult, I think, to run between the tackles because of their size. But we have speed, and I think we can get some people open on the outside.
I agree.
2nd down and 5. So Bornstedt is 1 out of 2. And now Liberty has jumped offside. So that's a break for Blacksburg. Caught Liberty leaning, and Bornstedt on a long signal count gets 5 yards for his football team, and it'll be now 3rd and very short.
Yeah, that could be close to a first down, Bill.
It is close, but well, we'll see. It may be a first down. Now they're going to say 3rd down, about a half a yard. So if you're Bornstedt, you dip under center and you fall forward, and it's a first down.
First down.
They got a first down. I'm sorry. First down. You're right. First down.
Hey, we'll take them how we can get them.
So things are evening up. We get a first down by penalty, as they did. We get a turnover, as they did. And now what we need to do is get down the field and get some points.
Need to take advantage of our opportunities here.
Clock on the move. 4:14 left first quarter. No score. Liberty and Blacksburg. Bruins have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 30. Hand off in the backfield to Corbin Hendricks. He doesn't get very far. In fact, they're going to mark it at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looked like the meshing was just off a little bit there on that handoff. It looked like Caleb had to reach way out to get the handoff off to Corbin. I think that's why that sort of developed slow there.
Brad, I got a sophomore, Danny Orange, in there, 6'3", 295. These guys are huge. Look at these guys.
They are.
I mean, I'm just looking down there, and it's like I'm looking at a college defensive line. It's unbelievable. So it's 2nd and 9. They actually gave him a yard on the play. That's very generous. I didn't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Bornstedt has got 2 people down here open, and it's incomplete. Looked for Vaught, and it was knocked away by Montana Willis. So he had 3 guys running down the left side of the field, Steinspring, McCoy, and Vaught. He chose Vaught, the big receiver, but the ball was batted away.
Yeah, and I'd say that he would like to have that back, and I have a feeling that Coach Chris will come back to that play because Steinspring and McCoy was going down deep on the field, and there was only 1 defender on them.
Yeah, they were open. He actually picked the guy that was probably covered the best.
Yeah.
I guess he figured as big as Vaught is, he'll figure out a way to catch it, but it didn't happen. So it's 3rd and 9. So Blacksburg has dug themselves a little bit of a hole here. Now we've got a whistle, and what do we got, timeout?
Looks like Blacksburg has called a timeout.
Yep, timeout Blacksburg. We'll take a timeout. 3:26 left to go in the first quarter. The Bruins want to talk about it. You're listening to Blacksburg High School Football on 105.3 The Bear.
I'm Bob Gibson. I volunteer because I feel like it's something that I can do. My job mostly is to drive the truck to pick up the food from the grocery and to bring it here and to drop it off. And then it's distributed here by social services and Beans and Rice, and they take care of making sure that gets distributed to the people who are needing that food. I think everybody feels like that they want to contribute something to our people, the people that need these types of services. I found out that maybe that's something that I could do and would help out. So I've been very happy in doing that. I've been doing that about 2 years now with Feed America. Well, living united to me means that we all work together to support the efforts that make sure our society has the things that are available to them through whatever we can do to help that cause.
Together as one, we'll be stronger in every way.
Bill McShane back with Brad Epperly, Bill Brown Stadium. Big 3rd down and 9 for the Bruins. Bornstedt in the shotgun. Hendricks is back there with him. Bornstedt's going to throw. He's got a lot of heat, and it's going to be intercepted. He was trying to get it to Morgan McCoy, and it was intercepted by, I think it's the same guy, Montana Willis. That's 2 interceptions for him tonight.
He made a great break on the ball and went underneath and made a great interception right there. That being a sophomore quarterback, at times you run into battles like this, and I'm sure Caleb will be just fine. Just got to settle down a little bit.
Boy,
the most important play is the next one.
He had a lot of pressure, too. He had guys in his face, and he kind of forced that thing. So now we're going to run the quarterback still has it, and they got the quarterback. Austin Porter, number 10, faked the ball twice, decided to keep it. Blacksburg was all over it, and coming out of there And clapping is number 76. That's actually Parker Robertson, number 79. So they kind of sniffed that out. They got a yard, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that was very good of the Blacksburg defense to sort of read your keys, and each person has to take care of their responsibility. As you said, they faked it twice, and then the quarterback kept, and we still had someone there in his face.
Still no score. 2:46 first quarter. Blacksburg defense back on the field, 42-yard line. Here's a quick pass out in the flat. It's completed, and they're going to get a first down, and driven out of bounds is number 5, Cody Massey. He's knocked out of bounds by number 10, Josh Hefta. First down for Liberty. All the way down, let's see where they spot the ball, 25-yard line.
Well, that was a big play for them. We were playing a little bit soft, playing a little bit back with our corners there, and they took advantage of it.
Jack Hale was in on defense for Blacksburg.
At the 25-yard line.
This is where we gotta, we can bend a little bit, but we can't break here.
Don't know anything about their kicking game. I didn't see a kicker warming up that much, so possibly they don't really have a kicking game, so we'll see. There's a fullback breaking loose, and he's in the end zone. That's a touchdown for number 20, Chase Key. Boy, he just refused to go down.
Well, he did. That was a hard run.
For the Minutemen.
That came 25 yards out. Chase Key with 2:28 left to go in the first quarter. Chase Key's a senior, and we haven't seen much of him tonight. 5'7", 170, but boy, he broke about 3 or 4 tackles getting to the end zone.
Sometimes that senior mentality, that maturity falls in, and he was not going to go down.
Well, this tells me a lot about their kicking game. The kicker came out without the tee. so they don't do this very often. Actually, the holder came out without the tee, but and that's Montella Willis. So let's see what they do here in this extra point. They got the ball down. The kick is up. It's low, but it's good. It's just barely cleared the uprights. Hunter Taylor, number 44, hit what looked like a 4-iron right between the uprights.
Hey, he got the job done.
It counts. So we have a timeout on the field. 2:28 left to go in the first quarter, and our score: Liberty 7, Blacksburg nothing.
Dude!
Dude, pick it up.
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
Pick it up, Blacksburg.
We're back still in the first quarter, and Liberty taking advantage of a interception, second Blacksburg turnover of the game, and they take it in and score first, and they lead 7-0, and so now Blacksburg will get the ball back, and this is another key series, Brad. They need to start getting some rhythm going and some momentum on offense. They haven't really, in fact, I don't think, maybe one first down by way of penalty, but they just haven't done much offensively.
No, we need to sort of regroup here, and as I said earlier, Coach was a little bit concerned about their defensive ends. He said they would play some havoc with them tonight, and they've sort of kept us contained, and I still believe we probably are going to have to spread the field open a little bit. And
here comes the kick. Morgan McCoy has it. If he gets a seam, look out. He got up to the 28-yard line, but that kid can fly.
Yes, Morgan's very elusive, very quick back, and the great part about Morgan is we'll have him for 4 years. He's a freshman.
There you go. 29-yard line's where they're going to mark it, I believe. He took that ball, what I was impressed, on a dead run. He ran up and grabbed it and took off. He didn't wait for it. He went and got it.
He did. Morgan's always been like that. I've known him since he was a baby, and what a player. I had the privilege of coaching him in youth football, and he's special.
He weighs 137 pounds, and probably 100 pounds of that is heart, right?
Absolutely. He 100% heart.
Okay, here's Bornstedt handing off to Corbin Hendricks. And boy, he broke through the first wave of tacklers, and then the second wave, I should say, knocked him down at about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Corbin has had a tough go of it early in this game. He just hasn't really had much room to run.
He really hasn't. It looks like the hole's there, and then you get to the secondary line, and the linebackers are closing in hard, and that hole shuts up very quickly.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Steinspring confused. They put him back in the slot now. He got barely just up to the line of scrimmage in time, or would have been a penalty. Here's Bornstedt trying to throw, and they got him in the backfield. Number 12, Jamal Preston, came in off the edge and just dropped him before Bornstedt could do anything, and it's a loss on the play of about 13 yards.
Well, I tell you, and Jamal Preston really looks like an athlete out there. 6'3", 220-pound defensive end.
That's what you're talking about, those ends. Yeah. Bornstedt thought he could out-juke him or maybe run past him, but Preston had no idea of anything like that. He's just grabbed him and threw him down. So it's 3rd down and 18 for Blacksburg. They're definitely going the wrong way. Here's a conservative call by the Blacksburg coaches. Corbin Hendricks got some of it back, but not nearly enough. It'll be 4th down for Blacksburg, and Carson Wise will come back on the field. Carson needs to get a good kickoff here.
Yeah, we need to try to get a couple first downs going because, our defense is not staying off the field very long, and you continue with that stack eye, and it's just pound, and we don't want to see us get wore down again.
Trayvon Lightfoot standing back at his 42-yard line. Carson Wise gets the kick. Look out. Oh, and they knocked him down. There's no flag. Yeah, there's the flag. And Lightfoot fumbles the ball. Blacksburg got it at the 42-yard line. So we got all kinds of things going on. First of all, they roughed the kicker, and I didn't think he was going to throw the flag, but he did. And then we had a fumble down here.
That's great. And I believe the fumble was recovered by Blacksburg.
Steinspring.
Was it Steinspring or Colin Ball?
Okay, I'm not sure.
One of the two of them.
It was the guy with the blue shirt. I was watching. It's kind of sad, but the guy who actually got called for roughing the kicker is still down on the field. He's hurt.
He is.
I was worried about Carson Wise because they were on him. I mean, they were all over him, and he somehow got the kick away.
I tell you, Carson did a great job. Showed a lot of poise to be able to get away because they were really putting the pressure on him.
That's Cody Massey, who is really walking gingerly, still not off the field, and now stops. So he's the guy that's injured. Blacksburg does have the ball. Obviously, they will take the penalty. They'll take the fumble, take the play. But now we're waiting for the injured player to get off the field, and now we have a discussion between Parker Robertson and the referee. Parker's one of our captains, so we're not sure what's going on here. But Parker's getting an earful. Now if referee is going to... Oh, okay, he's saying it was roughing the kicker declined. We already know that.
Running into the kicker penalty is declined. Will be first down.
So it looks like we got the ball on the 42.
So here's the break we needed, Brad. Now the challenge is let's cash in on the opportunity.
I think so. I look for Caleb to come back here, and I know Coach Chris, he'll continue throwing the football, and I look for something to happen here on this drive.
Only 32 seconds left in the first quarter, so this could be the last play of the first quarter, depending on whether it's a run or pass. Bornstedt in the backfield. He fakes it, and here he goes running the ball. Good play. It's what you're talking about. Get him out in space. Fake the ball to Hendricks. He got around the corner and got about 5 or 6 yards on the play.
He's a big, strong kid.
Yeah.
And just with his height, he can get quite a few yards if he's going forward.
Think about it. If you have a quarterback 6'6", 180 running at a defensive back, that's a little scary for the defensive back. Corbin Hendricks has the ball, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter as the clock ticks down. He got about 2 or 3 yards. It'll be a 3rd down and about 3 for the Bruins. But that's the end of the first quarter with our score, Liberty 7, Blacksburg nothing.
My name is Pat Boyle, and I volunteer here at Valley Interfaith Child Care Center. This is a place where families can send their children and be guaranteed a good education for them, a good environment, nurturing environment, and healthy foods, and it's very affordable. Families can feel very comfortable leaving their children here, and that's how it benefits our community all around. Why do I volunteer? Well, I feel very passionate about kids, and I feel like we are our brother's keepers. And if I could spend the rest of my retired life helping people, that's what I'm going to do. I have a hard time explaining Living United. It's so easy, though. It's just what it is, live united. Everybody works together for the good of the whole. And like anything else, that's the best way to get stuff done.
Together as one, we'll be stronger in every way.
We're back live at Bill Brown Stadium. Bill McShane along with Brad Epperly. And we're getting ready to start the second quarter here. Score Liberty 7, Blacksburg nothing. And Brad, it looks like the momentum may be turning a little bit here.
Well, we're down here. We got a 3rd down. This is a crucial 3rd down play for us. This is the best field position we've had all evening. So we've got to be able to take advantage of these opportunities and get ourselves on the scoreboard.
4 to go at the 36-yard line.
Looks like Blacksburg's huddling up here on the sideline, taking their time. They want to make sure they get everything correct for this play. They do understand how crucial of a play it is.
Yep, want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Ball's at the 36-yard line of Liberty. This is Blacksburg's deepest penetration of the night, and so they want to take full advantage of this opportunity. Aiden Ball is going to be flanked wide left. We got Steinspring and McCoy over here on the right side. 3 wide outs. Corbin Hendricks, the lone setback. Bordenstedt under center.
Looks like Caleb's making an audible here.
Yeah, looks like he's checking down to something else. Oh my, They got him in the backfield. He lost. Oh, that was just tragic. He lost 12 yards on that play and never really had a chance to do anything. And it's 4th down, and Blacksburg will have to kick again. Wow.
I believe it was that same defensive end, number 12, Jamal Preston.
Carson Wise back out for the punt.
Carson Wise will kick, and this time you ought to be able to get some, be able to pin Liberty back a little bit as long as we contain Trayvon Lightfoot. I mean, that name, he just sounds like he's fast, doesn't he? Trayvon Lightfoot.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just a dangerous sounding name. They stayed away from Wise this time. The short kick is going to bounce in Blacksburg's favor and go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Very effective kick by Carson Wise.
Very good kick. Kicked it away from Lightfoot and kicked it out of bounds and got down to, I guess it's probably the 12-yard line, looks like.
Beautiful moon tonight, Brad. I was just thinking about the blue moon tonight. We got a big yellow moon right now. Beautiful night. But as far as Blacksburg is concerned, it's been pretty quiet offensively. Give the defense credit, though. They've kept Liberty close.
They've stayed in there tough, and Maryland, Liberty likes to run that Maryland stack high, and actually I think we've got them out of it a couple times.
I was going to say they've been out of it several times. They're back in it now. But what we need right now down here is a turnover. Short field would be good for Blacksburg. There's a quick snap. Quarterback keeps the ball. Now he doesn't. He actually handed off to number 14, Matthew Smith.
It's a big tackle. Looked like Corbin Hendricks and Morgan McCoy coming in on that tackle.
5-yard gain on the play. The ball's out to 17-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5.
5 yards to go with the.
Yeah, those defensive ends are really causing problems for Caleb Bordenstedt, that's for sure. Boy, a couple of times they've come right through clean, no blocking.
It's when you get athletes like that, you take advantage of them.
It's going to be a 1st down for Matthew Smith as the handoff goes to the tailback, and he goes forward to the 27-yard line. Steinspring is coming in, and McCoy's coming out for Blacksburg on defense.
He really makes it through that line very quickly. He's a quick running back.
And he's in the tail of the eye, so he's got 2 blockers in front of him. Well, actually 3 if the quarterback blocks,
right.
So yeah. And this time the quarterback keeps it, and he gets around the end, and look out. He's loose. He may go all the way, and he does. He's going to score. He got the corner and went all the way down the field. No one touched him. No one touched him. He faked the ball a couple times and then got the edge, and once he turned the corner, Brad, there was nobody there.
No, there was no one there, and I tell you, he really had wheels. We didn't have anyone that was going to catch him once he went around the corner, and that's the problem with that stack eye. You pound, and then you're coming around the outside.
Extra point attempt is coming from Hunter Taylor. He's 1 for 1 so far tonight in that category. He's a straight-on soccer-style kicker, a little bit unique. He really kicks it hard and low, and looks like he kicked it through again. He did. Timeout on the field. 10-11 left to go in the first half, and our score, Liberty 14, Blacksburg nothing.
Help keep our streets safe. Yield to pedestrians who step into a crosswalk. Every time, everywhere. A wave is a great way to communicate for both drivers and pedestrians. Safety is in everyone's best interest, but if you need more incentive,
don't jaywalk, don't speed. It's dangerous. It's against the law.
Stay alert, stay safe, and remember to yield. It's worth the wait. A message from the Virginia Department of Rail and Public Transportation.
Number 10, the sophomore quarterback for Liberty, Austin Porter, just went 70-plus yards for a Liberty touchdown, and now Liberty kicks off. And fumbling the ball around and finally picking it up is that Steinspring or McCoy?
Looks like McCoy.
And he finally got control. He didn't get very far, just short of the 20-yard lines where they're going to mark it. So Blacksburg now, and is that a flag
Looks
down?
like a flag down.
Might be face mask, I'm thinking.
Flag on the field on the far side.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Personal foul. That'll help Blacksburg.
Help get us some extra field position.
Face mask on Liberty. That's a major penalty.
Face mask against the Minutemen.
That's always handy. I just got a report the Christiansburg Giles game. Christiansburg's leading Giles at the half, 21-7.
Wow. That's based on what we saw last week. That's pretty impressive.
It is. Giles is a good football team.
And that's at Giles, by the way.
That is at Giles. Their home opener there, and the crowd is packed over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a break for Christiansburg. We haven't had many tonight. Had a few, but so far the Bruins haven't been able to cash in on any breaks they've had. But this will help because now instead of at the 19-yard line, they got it out to the 34-yard line. That was a 15-yard penalty for face mask.
Looks
Born
like
step back to throw. He's actually got a man out here. It was Steinspring. It was just a little bit overthrown, and it looked like there was some contact down there too.
And actually, Bill, they had Austin Hanks in at quarterback and had Bornstedt over here at the
I'm
split.
sorry, they sure did. I missed that one completely. Bornstedt was out here on the wide receiver position, and Austin Hanks tried to throw it down the field to Steinspring. Wonder why I didn't look for Bornstedt.
I don't know. Maybe it's setting up a play for later on down the road.
Certainly, that was a call that would have worked last week in the first play of the game. They completely fooled me. I wasn't even paying any attention to the quarterback. So anyway, Bornstedt now, I promise you, is back at quarterback, and Steinspring is flanked wide to the right. Then he give the ball to Hendricks. He's caught in the backfield. He's still going. He got loose, but he's still going to lose about 5 yards. They just cannot get the running game going against this big Liberty defense.
No, they can't. I tell you, Corbin's running hard. He's really trying to break through that line, but they are really sending the house.
There's a Liberty player going out of the game kind of gingerly. He's not off the field yet. Actually, Blacksburg took a timeout. We'll keep it right here. We want to talk about halftime. We got a lot of information coming out of halftime. College football started last night. I don't know, did you watch the South Carolina-Vanderbilt game?
I was able to watch a little bit of it.
That was an amazing game, and really a bad call at the end. Vanderbilt probably should have won that game.
The part that I was watching, Vanderbilt was playing very well.
They really were.
Very well.
And I didn't realize it, but Aaron Rodgers' little brother is a quarterback for Vanderbilt.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, and he just kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers, not quite as big, but anyway, college football is underway. Tonight there's a game, NC State and Tennessee, down in the Georgia Dome as part of that Chick-fil-A kickoff deal. Mike Glennon, Sean Glennon's brother, is the starter now for NC State. We'll be talking about all those college games, and we'll hear from Coach Frank Beamer. We have a Virginia Tech report coming up. He had his media press day on Thursday since we have a Monday night game, and he talks about Georgia Tech, and we'll set that game up for you. So we got a lot of halftime information coming up.
That's great. I said last week that Friday Night Lights was the best thing about fall. The second best thing is when college football starts.
Saturdays, yeah, and this year, Thursdays and all kinds of. It seems like the way they got it now, there's a football game just about every night.
Yeah.
You got Sunday night, Monday night, and there was a game on last night, which was Thursday night. So,
It's all about TV then, and everybody likes to watch them.
Seems like Blacksburg's been in 3rd and long all night tonight, and they're in 3rd and long again. So you just have to really be careful here. You don't want to turn the ball over to Liberty here. I think that's job one. Just try to get some positive yards, but do not turn the ball over. Here's Bornstedt rolling out. Flags are down. He's got actually a receiver out here, but he threw it short. Couldn't get it to Steinspring. Now let's check the flag. It's in the Blacksburg backfield, which would indicate holding, but we'll wait.
That's what it appears like it could be. Well, I tell you, that defensive line of Liberty has some speed.
And size.
Yes,
that's a lethal combination when you get that. I'm impressed with their defense. They're flying around down there.
They are. I believe they're going to be a much better football team.
It's a false start against the Bruins, and I don't know that Liberty will take this penalty.
Bruins are facing an illegal procedure penalty.
It's going to be either 4th down or 3rd and extremely long. They should not take this penalty, and they don't.
Yeah.
So Carson Wise, the busiest guy for Blacksburg tonight, is back on the field.
Well, we definitely have to have some protection here. We don't want to give up a block punt right here this close to our end
Yeah, they
zone.
almost got one tonight, and they got called for roughing the kicker, but it could have easily been blocked. It's 9:35 left to go in the first half. Liberty leads Blacksburg 14-0. Carson Wise is going to kick the ball away. Good high kick, very good punt. And, it's fumbled. And Blacksburg looks like they got it.
They did.
I think the Bruins fell on it at the 41-yard line. We got to wait till they unpile them. Blacksburg has it.
That's great. That's the second one on the punt cover.
That was number 14. I'm sorry, that was number 7, Trayvon Lightfoot, who muffed it, and it fell. And when he muffed it, it came back towards the Blacksburg side.
You know, I was looking out there. Lightfoot, he's 6 foot, 180-pound player, and but coming down the field, who snapped the ball was Adam Vaught, 6'7", 249 pounds. That might make you take your eye off the ball just a little bit.
Joey Del Percio recovered the fumble. Very important that Blacksburg get in the end zone here before the half ends. They got it at the Liberty 40. Steinspring in motion. Bornstedt under center. Hendricks in the backfield. Bornstedt rolling out. Here comes the defensive ends again, and again they got him. There's just nothing they can do to stop these guys.
Well, you know, they're coming around with that sort of bootleg action, and you know, it looks like number 12's coming through and actually not being touched, and you have an athlete like that, got to get some type of shoulder pads on.
Well, here's the thing, though. If those defensive ends are penetrating like that, there ought to be something right up the gut, like a delay or a draw play or even a short pass over the middle. Something's got to be open if they're coming that deep into the backfield. Or a pass out here in the flat.
Second down.
So they lost 11 yards on the play. 2nd and 21 from their own 49. Bornstedt's in the shotgun. This time he actually has some time. And there's the flat pass intended for Hendricks. And Corbin can't hold on to it. He's hit hard by number 28, Dustin Heiner. So it'll be 3rd down and a long way to go for Blacksburg.
Wow. They've had a couple tackles for losses, and that's just really got us into a rough position here trying to move down the field. Just looking at the yardage, we haven't moved the ball very well here with the offensive group.
Really have not done anything offensively, and here's another long 3rd down play. Here's a pass. Almost intercepted. Flag is down at the 50-yard line. It was tipped. And then coming back for it and almost making the play was Austin Hanks. Colin Ball was out there. Almost got the tip, but let's check the penalty.
Maybe we could be fortunate here to get some defensive holding or something like that.
I'm waiting for the referee to give us a signal. He's not real fast in delivering the information, I will say that. He knows what the penalty is. He hasn't told us yet. Still walking towards us. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's against Blacksburg. That's an ineligible receiver downfield, so obviously that penalty would be declined. And number 8, Carson Wise, is back on the field to kick. The good news is he is going to be able to kick the ball pretty far downfield, and Lightfoot is back there again to try to catch the punt. I'm sure he received a little coaching on the sideline after the last fumble.
Yeah, I hope Carson can continue to get another good kickoff.
I hope Carson kicks it over his head, because he can. And he did. Oh, he's not even back. They're just going to let it hit. That's probably a smart thing to do. And it's going to roll down inside the 20-yard line. Actually, right at the 20, they're going to down it. So Liberty did the smart thing. We don't need anybody to touch the ball. Let's just get the ball back. We don't need a run back. We got a 14-0 lead. And eight minutes on the clock here to get to the locker room. So Blacksburg. So how many turnovers? There's been 3 Liberty turnovers tonight, right?
I believe we have had 3. I was trying to look here at the stat sheet. We've had 2, maybe even 3 on the punts.
Says 3 fumbles, 2 lost. So yeah. First down at the 21-yard line. Here's a quick pass out in the flat. Look out. Good tackle by Bornstedt, or he saved a touchdown right there. Trayvon Lightfoot was off to the races. Bornstedt came as a safety and did his job, and it's a first down out to the 38-yard line for Liberty.
I don't think we want to let Lightfoot get too much out in the green spaces, because he definitely has some wheels.
Yeah, he really does, and that's what Caleb's job is. He's the last line of defense back there.
He's done a very good job of it. He, that's one good thing about having a big young man back there at that safety position. They can cover a lot of ground.
So Liberty's been pretty successful through the air tonight. Looks like our guys are playing pretty far off. There's another big run, and finally get him down. That's number 32, Devin Carper, and he got another first down. They got him down at the 46-yard line. It looks like 47-yard line.
47-yard line.
Well, Bill, they have a freshman too. That young man's a freshman.
Devin Carper, yeah, 5'7", 185. You're right, 9th grader. Wow.
They're a pretty young team, but they're definitely not playing young right now.
They got Lightfoot out here on the left, wide receiver. There's a good play by the Blacksburg defense, catching Heiner in the backfield. That was C.J. Linkus and Marcus Alardo in there teaming up on that play.
Yeah, it looked like Joel Cole also was in there as well.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 back at the 48-yard line. Dustin Heiner was the running back, and he went nowhere. The Blacksburg just needs to keep playing solid defense and hope for another turnover. They're only down by 2 scores, so, long way to go in this game.
Absolutely. We still have close to 7 minutes left in this quarter.
Here's a long pass. That's going to be way over everybody's head. That could have been easily offensive pass interference. Lightfoot ran up the back of number 10, Josh Hefta down there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that it was an offensive pass interference.
Yeah. I mean, Bornstedt was the closest guy to the ball, and Lightfoot went right up his back. Wow.
And when it first left his hand, I thought that it was going to be overthrown, but they both closed in on the ball very quickly.
Well, it was very high. It kind of just threw it up in the air. So anyway, it's 3rd down and 11 for Liberty at the Blacksburg 48-yard line. Now they break the stack out. They got 2 guys in the backfield in the eye, and they got 2 receivers right side, and the quarterback is rolling that way. He stops now and throws and completes his pass for a first down to number 2, Treyon Brawley. Well, they're saying it's Justin Wainscott, number 9. I thought it was number 2. Anyway, it's a first down. Good throw that time by Austin Porter.
It's a very good throw. Probably
about 30, 40 yards, 30 yards. 16, but he was well back in the backfield. See what he did? He stopped and planted his foot, got a really good throw on it.
Got his shoulder squared up the field and let it go.
Official timeout.
Looks like they got a timeout possibly on the field.
This is an official timeout. I'm not sure. Maybe just because of the heat. I don't know, but we'll keep it right here. 6:30 left to go in the first half. That's a first down, by the way, for Liberty down inside the 35-yard line. At the 32 is where they have it. And boy, right now, Brad, you got to feel for the Blacksburg defense. They've been on the field a long time.
They have, and that's the hard part when you get into the second half. These guys are going to be tired. We've got to find a way to be able to move the ball a little bit on the offensive side just to give these guys a break. And I feel sure that looking at it here, we'll go in at half and sort of regroup and talk and try to find some things that we can take to our advantage and see if we can't, turn the tables here.
Seems to me like the way those ends are coming in, we should be able to get some screen passes. Something's got to be, over their head. They've already vacated the area. It seems like we have to take advantage of how aggressive they are.
Right. If we can, I agree. I think a screen, possibly a tight end dump.
Yep.
You get those ends coming across hard, like obviously number 12 is doing. We got to find something to where we can get an athlete in space and try to get some positive yardage.
Just one big play would get the crowd back in, would get the team, back into this game. All right, now they've got to concentrate on keeping Liberty from getting on the board again. There's a pitch in the backfield. Good defensive play that time, and they didn't get anything.
It's a very good job. Corbin came in and did his job as an outside linebacker of containing and kicking him back in. And
Parker Robertson closed it down.
Absolutely.
Yep. It was a good play, and they tried to run around. It was a pitch play, and Blacksburg handled it. So 2nd and 9, the ball's at the 31-yard line. And the clock's running. We're inside 6 minutes left to go in the half. 14-0 Liberty. And the Minutemen are trying to get some more points here before the half ends. Big offensive line. This team is huge. They've got 2 guys in the backfield in the I formation. They got 2 wide receivers right side. And they're going to pitch it wide to Lightfoot, and he is knocked down by C.J. Lincoln. Ball's on the ground. Lightfoot fumbled again, and Blacksburg has it. For Lightfoot, I think that's his third fumble of the night. And he left it on the ground, and C.J. Lincoln came up with it.
You know, that's sort of, we've been given a lot of opportunities with these turnovers.
That's the third turnover of the night for Liberty.
We have to take advantage of this, and
yeah, there's plenty of time. If we could just put together a drive and get some points on the board, that'd be huge.
Yeah, if we could get us some points on the board here before halftime, you know, I think it'll shift the momentum, and you know, we can go in at halftime and regroup a little bit and come out and find some things that we can do well in the second half.
Shotgun formation. Bornstedt gives the ball to Corbin Hendricks. He finds a little running room, not much. He just hasn't had any daylight to run. Now you get him out in space and he can run, he can do some damage, but he's been bottled up tonight.
And you know, as big as that interior line of Liberty is, you know, it's hard to get a crack in there.
Man,
but
you're right.
You know, you have to run some of these plays up the middle to be able to open up the pass and open up the outside. You know, right now Liberty's just got the best of both worlds. They got the big guys in the middle, and then they got the speed on the corner.
2nd down and 8. They gave him 2 yards on the play. Shotgun formation. Bornstedt's going to keep the ball. He's going to get around the end. Oh, he jumped over a tackler. That was pretty cool, and got up to about the 35-yard line.
It's the basketball fundamentals coming in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Coach Chris will probably talk to him about trying to keep his feet on the ground. It's a little bit safer that way.
Yeah, that's a good way to get hurt when you're airborne, that's for sure. It's going to be 3rd and 6. They gave him the 24-yard line, or 34-yard line, so Caleb did get 2 yards on the play. Looked like he got more than that. We're inside 5 minutes now. This is another big 3rd down play. Blacksburg does not want to give the ball back to Liberty right now.
Yeah, they're covering McCoy very soft right here.
Bornstedt, quick pass out here to McCoy. He's got some room, and he's got now he doesn't. He's short of the first down by about a yard. Wow. That was very close to being a big first down for Blacksburg.
I think that could be a play that they could use to our advantage, you know, in the future.
And the 4-yard gain brings a 4th down and 2.
Carson Wise. They're going for it.
Looks like we're going for it.
I agree with this. Why not? You know what? You're down 14-0. Your defense is doing a good job. You got to make something happen. Well, they might try to get them to jump off sides, what they're going to try to do, I think. And now we got a timeout by Blacksburg.
Now, you know, I look for Carson to come in and kick. Yeah, the element of surprises went away at this point.
They didn't do a very good job of selling that, Brad. I mean, it looked for all the world like, you know, they knew they weren't going to run a play. You got to get up there like you're getting ready to go and get the defense to jump. They just kind of ambled up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's a sales job, and I don't think they sold it very well.
No, I don't think it fooled anyone.
But you're right, Carson Wise, and this is the smart play. Carson Wise is on the field to punt right now. If they were up more toward midfield, it would be a great place for a fake punt, but I don't think they'll do it here.
No, you know, after calling a timeout.
Right.
Like I said, I think the element of surprises went away at this point.
And that's Blacksburg's last timeout. Liberty, by the way, has all of their timeouts left. And 4 minutes on the clock. Carson Wise saves a low snap, good kick. And they're not going to field it, and the bounce is going to go in Blacksburg's favor. It's inside the 30, be down to the 28-yard line. And that's where Liberty goes to work.
Yeah, I don't know that they're going to attempt to field another punt.
It doesn't look like it. They had Lightfoot back, but as soon as the ball went in the air, he started walking up the field. He didn't want any parts of it. So they obviously have lost all faith in Trayvon Lightfoot.
34-yard punt.
Because he's fumbled 3 times tonight.
Carson Wise.
He's quite an athlete, though. He's sort of been an impact, you know, with some catches and things like that. So we definitely don't want to take him too lightly in the second half.
Back to the stack eye for Liberty on first down. And they give the ball to the fullback, and he gets about 3 or 4 yards.
Chase Keys on the handoff.
That was Keys, who has already run for a touchdown tonight. Chase Key, 5'7", 170-pound senior.
You know, that's they just chip away 5 yards at a time, 5 yards at a time.
You're right.
Then the next thing you know, they break the big one.
34-yard line.
And the clock is moving.
It's humiliating for you.
It really is, and it wears you down. I mean, you make some plays. Next thing you know, they get a first down. Here's And now they get the third guy through, and oh my, that's a touchdown-saving tackle right there by Steinspring, I think.
Morgan McCoy.
Morgan McCoy, you're right. Those guys are exactly the same size.
They are.
That's amazing, and they're both really good players.
They've both been in on some great plays tonight, and had he not made that play, that's another 7 points on the board.
See Coach Sheeler urging his defense to make a play here. First down. Ball's at the Liberty 44-yard line. They lead 14-0. 3:11 left to go in the first half. Blacksburg jamming the line, and that played off for him big time. Well, no, it didn't. He got through somehow. Wow, that was, I'm not sure if that was Heiner.
I believe that was the number 20, Chase Key.
That was Chase Key. Looked like they had him stopped, and then he just popped out of there and made a good run and got a first down to Blacksburg 41-yard line.
I tell you, these running backs, they run hard. They generally are not going down at first contact.
And you can see the Blacksburg defense, hands on hips. That's a sure sign of fatigue. They've been on the field a long time tonight. First down for Liberty. Handoff goes to the tailbacks, and he is knocked down, but not before. He got some pretty good yards.
Devin Carper on the carry for the
That was Devin Carper, number 32, and that's that freshman you're talking about.
He's a good-sized young man for a freshman, 185 pounds, and he's got wheels too.
And still growing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd and 5. They get about 5 or 6 yards on first down just about every time they, you know what I mean? That makes it tough on the defense. And here he is again, driving towards the first down marker. He's about a yard short. That was Matthew Smith, and he's done a lot of damage tonight too. They got all kinds of running backs back there.
They do. They just keep filtering them in.
3rd down and 1 for Liberty. Clock still running inside 2 minutes. Remember, Liberty has all their timeouts left, but they're in no particular hurry to use them at this point. I'm sure their goal is to go down and score and let the half end. And that's what they're trying to do right here.
And we need to keep them out of the end zone.
Absolutely.
Right.
There's a quarterback sneak as they go for the first down. Austin Porter, and he's got it out of the 20-yard line. Excuse me, the 30-yard line. That's a first down.
I believe they sort of caught us off guard there. They went up, it looked like with a silent count almost, and as soon as he got under center, it was snapped.
Jack Hale is in. Adam Vaught comes out. He looks exhausted, number 40. So it is a first down at the Blacksburg 30. We got a wide receiver out here. Look out. They're going to run the ball.
Quarter hands off to Matthew Smith.
Matthew Smith, ball carrier.
Going back with that double lead out of that stack high.
Pickup of about
it's really a hard offense to defend.
Alardo's coming out. He's had trouble with his helmet all night long. And Will Ingram goes in to replace him. Well, you got to get that fixed. You can't come. I mean, we need that guy in the game.
We need him in the game.
And we're having chin strap problems.
He is a good football player for us.
Fumble. The ball's on the ground again. And let's see who has it.
Fumble on the play.
This time I think Liberty got it back.
Wow.
And they got a first down out of it too.
That was close. I thought that we had it there for a second. But
first down Liberty. They recovered their fumble, and it's inside the 15-yard line. Excuse me, it's inside the 20. Looks like the 18-yard lines where the ball is. It's so far away from where we are. I can't tell you how hard it is to see where the ball is.
Looks like it is about the 17. Looks like Liberty is just taking a timeout as well.
Yeah, that's their first timeout.
This is a big series for us.
And let's take a timeout, Brad. We've got, is that 8-4? How far? It's 47 seconds. I'm sorry, couldn't see the clock. Timeout on the field with a score. Liberty 14, Blacksburg nothing.
Stop by Joel Hunter and Corbin Hendricks.
Second and 9. Porter's throwing for the end zone. It's going to be too far. It was caught by Bornstedt, but he's out of the end zone, unfortunately. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9 for Liberty.
You know, this is a big down. You know, they haven't really impressed us tremendously well with their kicking. So, you know, if we can hold them here, we got a chance to stop
keep them off the board.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really the goal here, and it would be a huge lift for Blacksburg to keep Liberty from scoring any more points. There's 13 seconds left to go in the half. Remember, Liberty still has 2 timeouts left, which they'll have to use one to get their field goal team on. There's flag is down, a pass is complete, but I think he's short of the first down. Good tackle there by, I think that's Hefta? No, it's 17. That's Darnell Colson. Let's check the flag, though. Penalty is down. You got to take the penalty here, don't you? Because now they're in pretty good field goal range.
I think so. I believe it is against Liberty.
Waiting for the referee. It's going to be, I don't know what the call is, but it's against Liberty. They're talking to Parker Robertson, giving him the options. I think you got to take the penalty here, don't you, Coach?
I think you do. You know, you have to move them as far away from the end zone as you possibly can.
Yeah, so it'll be 3rd down. Illegal procedure is a call, which means basically they were lined up wrong. So, yeah, it's going to be 3rd down now at about 15 for Liberty.
Let's move them back to about the 21.
21-yard line.
So Golson's coming out here to try to cover Wayne Scott, which he did. Here's Porter looking to throw. Oh, he's got lots of room to run. He's going to throw for the end zone. It's going to be incomplete and bring up a 4th down.
Very good coverage by the Blacksburg defense.
I'm kind of surprised Porter didn't run. He had a lot of room out there. And that's the end of the first half, so yeah. So Blacksburg really has to feel pretty good about that last series.
That's a victory. You know, you're going into the locker room right now feeling good about yourself for stopping them down there. That was a great defensive series, and we just got to go in here and regroup, work on a couple things, and come out here in the second half and be ready.
And what that play call tells me is they didn't have a lot of faith in their kicking game. They're just going to go for it all.
That's what it looks like.
They're going to throw it to the end zone and see what happens. All right, we've reached the end of the first half. Our score, Liberty 14, Blacksburg nothing.
My name is Pat Boyle, and I volunteer here at Valley Interfaith Child Care Center. This is a place where families can send their children and be guaranteed a good education for them, a good environment, nurturing environment, and healthy foods, and it's very affordable. Families can feel very comfortable leaving their children here, and that's how it benefits our community all around. Why do I volunteer? Well, I feel very passionate about kids, and I feel like we are our brother's keepers, and if I could spend the rest of my retired life helping people, that's what I'm going to do. I have a hard time explaining living united. It's so easy, though. It's just what it is, live united. Everybody works together for the good of the whole, and like anything else, that's the best way to get stuff done.
Together as one, we'll be stronger in every way.
Next week, Blacksburg is on the road, first road game of the year and the longest road game of the year. Brad and I will be on the road going to Tazewell, Virginia. I don't know if you can get there from here, but we'll try. And then, so, you know, we'll see what happens. Sometimes when you're struggling a little bit, and we don't know what's going to happen here in this game, but sometimes going on the road kind of brings you together. It's a unity thing.
It really does, and you know, last year this team beat Tazewell.
Yes, they did.
So that was our lone victory last year, and
right.
You know, I know that they are looking forward to going down there and repeating that, and basically sort of turning the page and start moving forward with the season.
But again, we still have a half left of football here. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half. So remember, Blacksburg won the toss. They took the ball to start the game, so they'll kick off. So, Brad, what's the key here? I would think if you could get Liberty to go a 3 and out, that would be huge to start the second half.
I think it would be very huge. You know, you keep them and you're able to take advantage of field position. You know, what would be really great is if they could put the ball on the ground again.
And
they've done
that 6 times tonight. So I don't think that we've had a 3 and out yet from Liberty. I think they've picked up numerous. Well, they've got how many first downs did they get in the first half? I'm looking at
Looks like they had 14
first
13,
half.
13
first downs, and Blacksburg had 1. So yeah,
you know, the one thing that Liberty has done so well tonight is on first down. I mean, they've been able to get 4 or 5 yards on first down.
That sets the whole offense up. You got 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3. That's huge.
Just opens up so many more options that you can do, and as a defensive team, that gives you so many more limitations of what you can do. So, you know, we'll see here what happens this second half at the beginning of it, and hopefully we can take advantage of some field position and take advantage of some opportunities that Liberty may give us.
Hopefully they got the chin strap situation remedied. We had Alardo out of the game several plays. Linkus had to come out. We had Corbin Hendricks came out with helmet problems, so that's not good. Those guys have to be on the field.
Yeah, we need those guys on the field. You know, Marcus Alardo, I mean, he covers a lot of ground, and he's a force in the middle. And you know, when you have this stacked backfield, you have to have that force like Marcus Alardo in there.
Now keep this in mind. Trayvon Lightfoot has already fumbled 3 times tonight, is deep for the kickoff. So they have him back there, and they also have number 12, Jamal Preston. So it'll be interesting. He's not going to be able to run away from the kickoff. Somebody's got to pick it up.
And I tell you, if this Jamal Preston gets the kickoff, I'd say that he will be a load to bring down. 6'3", 220 pounds.
So if I'm Carson Wise, I'm kicking to the left. That's where Lightfoot is.
Yep.
And we're just about set to go. So two guys back for Liberty, one on the right, one on the left. Lightfoot's on the right. He's on actually Carson Wise's left as you're looking downfield. Let's see what Carson does. He's kicking it to Lightfoot. Lightfoot's going back in the end zone. That's a touchback. Automatically in high school football, if you have one toe in the end zone, it's a touchback.
That probably couldn't have worked out better for us. You know, get them the ball on the 20-yard line. Great kick by Carson Wise. You know, I tell you,
he's a kicker.
Got a strong leg.
Yeah.
He is. There needs to be some college teams looking at this young man.
Absolutely,
he's of talent.
Virginia Tech looks at him.
Yep.
Why should he leave town? He's a great kicker.
Yeah, I'd like to watch him for a few more years.
So would I. First down, Liberty at the 20. Let's see what the Blacksburg defense dials up here. And we got a flag. Haven't even started the second half yet, and we got a penalty flag. That means somebody lined up offside, I would believe.
Offside's on us.
And it's on Blacksburg. That is not a good way to start. Hey, Brad, what do you think about the new rule where if it's a touchback, they bring it out to the 25-yard line?
Well,
in college football.
You know, I'm not 100% sure on that. I sometimes think that it maybe takes away from the game a little bit.
I agree. You know, they asked Coach Beamer about it, and he said, you know, they asked, would you be happy if your kicker puts it in the end zone and you get the opposition on the 25? He said, absolutely, we'll do it every time we can do it. So he's happy with that. I think you're giving up 5 yards unnecessarily. I think you should try. So what he's going to do, and he's told everybody that he's going to tell his kicker, which by the way is Branover, to try to get get hang time, and that way it's not a touchback, and you have a chance to catch him inside the 20 inside the 25.
Kick coverage team time to get down to make a tackle.
Yeah, and again, I guess it all depends on who's back receiving the kick, but I don't like the rule either. I think they should leave it alone. 20-yard line and a touchback I think that's where it should be.
Yeah. I'm pretty traditional when it comes to football. I like to leave things the way they've been.
Well, while we were talking, Liberty got a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. I just wanted to get a few. Oh, there's the ball's on the ground. That's what we're talking about.
I believe Blacksburg's got it.
Blacksburg got the ball. The quarterback never got the snap. Austin Porter went down quickly, but usually when that happens, the defensive players have the advantage. Ben Rudd came up with a loose ball, it looks like.
Wow, that's huge.
That's exactly what Blacksburg needed. And we got a Liberty player down on the field, and this could be a cramping situation as hot as it is.
Yeah, I can't tell exactly
who that is. It's one of their big guys, I can tell that.
It might be their kicker and middle linebacker, Hunter Taylor.
Could be 44. You're absolutely right. That's huge. I mean, if Blacksburg could take advantage now and stick the ball in the end zone, this whole game turns around.
You know, it's a replica of what happened last week, just we're on the other side of the table if we can take advantage of this.
And you're right, it is number 44, the kicker. No, it's 34.
74.
74, I'm sorry. So that's Josh Quick. That is big, though. That's their big defensive lineman. That's the kid we're talking about, 6'3", 285. Ooh. They cannot afford to lose him.
Nope.
He's been clogging up the middle.
He's been a force in that line.
Corbin Hendricks has to be glad to see him walking off. I mean, he's had that guy in his face all night long.
I'm sure. I'm sure Corbin will be feeling it after he wakes up in the morning.
So here it is, first down Blacksburg after the 7th Liberty fumble of the night. At the 22-yard line of Liberty. Great opportunity for Caleb Bornstead in the offense.
Got him spread out.
Corbin Hendricks is in the backfield with Bornstead, and you're right, we got 4 wide receivers, and now another whistle and another flag. Is this on Blacksburg again?
Looks like it is.
And we're getting some coaches who aren't very happy.
Yeah,
Blacksburg false start is what they're calling.
Illegal procedure on the part of the Bruins.
Coach Brian Christ is definitely not happy with that. You know, that's another thing that what we've talked about. You have to take advantage of your opportunities, and that's not the way that we do that.
1st and 15, so they've put themselves in a hole right away. Same formation. They still can't seem to run this play. Now they finally do. Give the ball to Corbin Hendricks. He got about 3 yards, didn't get back to the original line of scrimmage, so to bring up 2nd and long for the Bruins.
Well, you know, I think this is a smart decision, having them spread out. You know, at least you can spread the defense out. And, you know, I look here at McCoy.
Yep.
There's no one guarding him.
And David Hirsch is out here. And you're right, McCoy's in the slot, and he's going to be running free. We got flags again. And a pass is complete to McCoy. Now the penalty could be against, they didn't stop the play, so maybe this one's against Liberty.
That was a great catch by Morgan to come back for that ball.
It's holding.
Pass to Morgan McCoy.
I don't know.
But there's a flag on the play.
No, what is that? Illegal substitution on Liberty.
On Liberty.
Okay, so good. So that'll help Blacksburg. They'll take the penalty and save the down, because that was a great catch, by the way, by McCoy. Absolutely. Bornstedt's been a little wild with his throwing tonight. He was pretty accurate last week, but tonight he seems to be a little bit off, and that's a 5-yard penalty against Liberty. And what that means is they brought a guy in too late. Once the team breaks the huddle, you can't make any more substitutions.
Right.
And that's what they did. They ran somebody on extremely late, and that's a penalty. So Blacksburg now gets back to the original line of scrimmage, I believe. Let's see where they're going to mark it. They haven't moved the chains yet, or the ball marker.
I believe there's a little bit of confusion on where the ball's supposed to be spotted.
That's exactly. See where the flag is? That's where it should be, from there on down the field, I would think.
You know, I believe with the illegal substitution, it looks like they gave Morgan the yardage for the catch and then added on to that, and I'm not exactly sure that's the way it should be. I think it should be.
You're right. That's not right.
The original line of scrimmage.
So they're going to come back, and what it should be is 2nd down and about 10 after this. Or maybe 9. Yeah, now they're doing it the right way.
There we go.
Are these replacement officials? Because they screwed that up pretty bad. All right, so we got it right. The main thing is they got it right. It's 2nd down and 11 for Blacksburg. And now we got another whistle. What is going on?
You know,
I don't think they still have the ball spotted right. I think it needs to be a yard close. I think it needs to be 2nd and 9.
And it's sort of, you know, unfortunately, this takes away from the momentum that we've gained here. And, you know, you're waiting around. I'm sure Coach Brian Christ is wanting to get the offense out there and get it going. And
well, it seems like we recovered the fumble about a half hour ago.
Yeah.
And that's what you mean by momentum. That's completely gone. We don't have any momentum right now. It's been 3 flags in a row. And now they got it right. It's 2nd and 9. Or 2nd and 10, I guess. Bornstead finally gets the snap, looking to throw. It's incomplete, over the head of, was it Everett Vick or Hirsch?
David Hirsch.
It was David Hirsch who jumped up and couldn't bring it down. So now it brings up a 3rd down for Blacksburg. We're in Carson Wise territory, but when you're down 14-0, a field goal really is not going to help you.
Yeah,
you got to get in the end zone.
You'd really like to see that touchdown. You know, and I look here for Morgan McCoy to get out in space here.
3rd down and 10, Morgan. They've got 4 wide receivers. McCoy's in the slot left. Bornstead back to throw. He got away this time from the defensive end. He bought himself some time. He's going to run with the ball. And he is hit hard right at the line of scrimmage, I believe. But at least he didn't lose yardage.
That's right. He was able to get away from Preston that time and come back across the field. And
It'll bring up fourth down.
You know, I think Caleb does a good job of seeing the field, especially being a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, apparently everybody was covered because he had time that time.
Yep.
Carson Wise.
And you know, he'll continue getting better at that as well.
This is really what you have to do. You got to take points if you're Blacksburg. I'm sure they're disappointed, but if Carson can get this field goal, this will be a 39-yard attempt. This will at least give Blacksburg some hope. And he's well within his range. That's not an issue. They just need to block and give him a chance to get the ball out of there. And he does. It's up. It's high enough. It's long enough. And it's good.
That's great.
39-yard field goal for Carson Wise. And Blacksburg is on the board. And you can hear what it does. Got the crowd back in the game.
Well, you know, it's great listening to the students here. I heard them chanting Carson, and
over the Bruins.
Timeout on the field. Our score, Liberty 14, Blacksburg 3.
The world is a stage, and that includes the sidewalks of Blacksburg. The town of Blacksburg would like to invite those who would like to showcase their talents to come out and perform on the sidewalk stage. The sidewalk stage is a program that allows individuals or groups to perform in designated downtown areas Monday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. For more details or to apply for a sidewalk stage permit, visit www.blacksburg.gov/sidewalkstage. There you can download the application and find out what you need to do to get started. Or you can call the Community Relations Office at 540-961-1199. So what are you waiting for? Get out and get recognized through Blacksburg's Sidewalk Stage.
Carson Wise getting ready to kick off. It's now 14-3 with 9.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Blacksburg trailing Liberty. High end-over-end kick, and it will be fielded at the 2-yard line by the guy you were afraid of, Brad. And there he goes right up the middle, and he's probably going to take it to the end zone.
Afraid we're not going to catch him.
Nope.
Matthew Smith on a 99-yard run.
Matthew Smith takes the ball 99 yards right up the middle.
99 yards.
And I don't think anybody even touched him.
Nope, he hit through the seam and he was gone.
Well, that takes the air out of the sails, doesn't it? You score, you kick off, and they put a touchdown on the board.
Yeah, you think that you got the momentum sort of swinging back your way, and wow, there comes Smith. It's a sophomore. We're gonna see him for a few more years.
I guess so.
We'll just have to dig down here. And,
I think Liberty's going to take a timeout. They weren't ready for that, obviously. They don't have enough people on the field. So.
We weren't either.
No, actually, we're not going to take a timeout. We're going to try to figure out what's going on here. That's really unfortunate for Blacksburg. You know, just when you feel like Blacksburg's starting to get back in this game and maybe, get some momentum going, and then that happens. Yeah, and it's like a bomb went off in the stadium.
You know, we talked about it in the pregame. We had to limit the big plays. And, you look here.
They've had 3 of them.
20-some yard touchdown.
And a 72-yard touchdown.
And then a 99-yard kickoff return.
Wow. Just think, a yard more, and he would have been in the end zone and would have been on a 20-yard line. That's the difference of a short kickoff and a kickoff in the end zone.
Yep.
And I guess to Coach Beamer's point, if you do kick in the end zone, at least you've got him at the 25 and not you prevent a big return.
That's right.
So that's one way to look at it. And with his defense, I don't blame him for wanting to give it a 25-yard line.
I'm looking forward to Monday night watching that defense play.
And so here we go. 44, Hunter Taylor will try the extra point for Liberty. Ball's down. The kick is up, low, and again, line drive, and it's no good. This time he missed it.
No good.
He was bound to do that as low as he was kicking it, and that time he missed it. So Blacksburg now trails by 17 points. Timeout on the field with 9:10 left to go in the third quarter. Our score, Liberty 20, Blacksburg 3.
Hi, I'm Tom Pospischal. I've been a volunteer for United Way's agency MedRide for, goodness, I think about 5 or 6 years now. I know in the case of MedRide, for example, there are people that just would not get treatment because they wouldn't have a ride otherwise a lot of times to the doctor, and they'd wait till they had an emergency. I think we all have to be members of the community, and I think it gives you a kind of a warm, fuzzy feeling to be able to think that you're contributing somehow.
Take my hand and start a brand new day.
Hunter Taylor kicking off for Liberty. Let's see if Blacksburg can get a return. And this is Morgan McCoy. He's got the speed if he has some room. Down across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
So, good pickup.
So that was a good run back by the young man.
Morgan Shifty.
Oh my, he's limping across. Oh boy, he's looks like he might be hurt. He's limping to the sideline.
Yeah, he's coming over a little bit slow.
But he did run off the field. 33-yard line is where they're going to mark it. First down for Blacksburg, trailing 20-3. Still a lot of time left in this football game. We're only in the third quarter. 9 minutes left. I mean, Blacksburg gets a quick score. They're right back in it.
We just need to start moving the ball a little bit.
Yep. And really, we need a big play. We haven't had a big play, the whole game. And there's a fumble. Corbin Hendricks somehow picked it up and got positive yards. Well, at least he got back to the line of scrimmage because the fumble was in the backfield. You would think it was raining out there as many times as the ball's been on the ground.
I know. It's sort of surprising to me. That's probably 8 or 9 times in this game that we've seen it on the ground.
Could have been a 5 or 6 yard loss. Corbin Hendricks actually got a yard. What do we have now? We got an official timeout for some reason.
Looks like it's an official timeout.
That means usually an equipment problem. We've got a Liberty player over near the bench. I'm not sure what's going on.
That's what it is. Looks like it's injury.
Yeah, he's down on one knee. So that's what it is. It's an injury timeout. We'll just keep it right here. Don't forget, next week we're going to Tazewell. First road game for the Bruins. We'll be on the air as usual, 7 o'clock, 7:30 kickoff time.
From a good trip.
Yeah, from way down yonder. Now, is that Tazewell County?
That's Tazewell County.
Okay.
The Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
And, I can remember when I was playing, we would play Tazewell, each year, and it was always generally a battle.
Yeah.
Those folks down there take their football serious, and they support their team, and so it'll be another good test for us.
So here's what I want to know. This is probably the most important thing. Where's a good place to eat?
It's been so long since I've been to Tazewell.
That's what I was afraid of.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, you're in charge of that, just so you know.
Oh, I can eat.
Yeah, I know that, but you're in charge of finding a place to eat. That's what I'm saying. All right, so 2nd and 9 on a good play by Corbin Hendricks, and he's got the ball again, and again he's stopped cold. I mean, he just hasn't had any running room all night long, and the reason is big number, 14 got him that time. That's Matthew Smith, but these big guys up front have just been clogging it up.
They're getting so much penetration, 77, Ben Goad, 250 pounds. Danny Orange, 6'3", 295.
Unbelievable.
And then you go to the outside, and you've got number 12, Jamal Preston, 6'3", 220.
And that's the other thing, they're tall.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to block a guy when he's that big. Bornstadt with a direct snap. He's going to throw the ball downfield. He's got a man wide open. First down for Blacksburg. Completed pass to Colin Ball. Little post route right over the middle, and Colin Ball was wide open.
It looks like a little bit of laundry on the field. It could be
roughing the passer. Oh, they're going to call holding. Oh, my goodness. I was hoping maybe it would be a roughing the passer call. That's a shame. You get a positive play like that, and they drop a flag. Come on, guys. Let him play.
That's sort of been some of our downfalls tonight. Made some errors here and give up some penalties that have really hurt us.
And that's going to be from the spot of the foul. And we're looking at having the ball way back to 20-yard line.
The Minutemen accepted that penalty.
19-yard line.
You're talking
19-yard line.
3rd and about 23.
And that's the bad news. It's going to be 3rd down. And think of this. Instead of 1st down and 10 out to about the 47-yard line, it's 3rd down and 24, and Blacksburg is back at their own 19-yard line. That's huge.
Yep, it's taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back.
Yep. Bornstadt in the shotgun. Here comes the rush. He gets the pass away, completes it, but it's only going to be for a short gain to Morgan McCoy. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So they did pick up pretty good yardage, and at least they give Carson Wise a decent place to kick from.
Yeah.
And
Actually, and I believe, Bill, that was Austin Hanks that made
was
that
it?
catch.
10-yard gain.
Okay.
It'll bring up 4th down in about 14.
So it's 4th down and 14. Carson Wise in the kick, and look who's deep, Mr. Fumble.
Carson Wise back.
Trayvon Lightfoot. Let's see if he goes away from the kick again. Yeah, he's not going to touch it. He's not going anywhere near it. And look at the bounce. I mean, you got to go up and get that ball. He lost 20 yards for his team by not fielding that ball.
Yeah, I can't understand it.
Why
I mean,
was he
if
back? We'll put somebody else back.
Yeah,
there.
if I'm a coach, I'm gonna put someone else there.
Exactly.
22-yard line.
It rolled at least 15 yards after it hit. So Liberty has it at their own 22. That makes absolutely no sense to me. If you have a guy who can't catch the ball, then put somebody else back there.
As many athletes as I've seen from that sideline over there tonight, I feel sure that they have someone.
Yeah, put Matthew Smith back there, Chase Key, or anybody. I mean, you know, Cody Massey. Those guys are all good. Anyway, Liberty decides not to handle the punt, let it roll, and they're backed up, and obviously they're leading. They're not too concerned about it. Here's the handoff, and number 12, Jamal Preston, is the ball carrier.
That was a lick by Joey Del Percio there.
Devin Carper and Joey Del Percio, he'll hit you now. He's a little guy. You know, he's only 5'7", 157, but he brings a load.
When he brings that 157, he's bringing it all.
He's bringing it all. You're right. You're exactly right. So, good defensive play, 2nd and 10. So the Blacksburg defense has decided they're not going to give up anything else, except for that kickoff return, which that wasn't their problem. That's a special teams mistake. And there's the handoff, and it's jammed up again. No gain.
Stop. You know, I've noticed here, it looks like Coach Sheeler sort of packed his defense in. You know, I see Caleb Bornstead and Morgan McCoy, you know, sliding in a little bit tighter. I think he's noticed and understood that they're probably not going to hit us too bad with a pass.
That was Chase Key, the ball carrier. And it's obvious to me that Liberty's being very conservative. They know they got a big lead. They're just trying to run some clock at this point. Stay away from any mistakes. And here comes Lightfoot out to the right.
3rd down, 7 coming up.
They got the stack eye, so you know they're going to run the ball on 3rd and long. Actually, they're going to throw for Lightfoot. It's up for grabs, and it's incomplete. Good battle defensively down there for Darnell Golson for Blacksburg, and he goes up with Lightfoot, and neither one of them could get the ball.
Very good coverage right there. He ran with him step for step, and just as we talked about before, you know, sort of boxed him out, and at that point, Darnell became the receiver.
So that stops the clock with 5:44 left, 3rd quarter. Liberty leads at 23. Blacksburg is going to get the ball back, and it's going to be Steinspring and Golson back to receive the kick, and it's a short kick out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it. That's going to give Blacksburg the ball in Liberty territory, I think. Or right at the 50s where they're going to mark it. So good field position, for Blacksburg.
Hey, you know what? We go down and score here. It's 5:38 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Hey, it's a brand new ball game.
I would put Phoenix Cole in at quarterback. I'd put Bornstead out on the split end. I'd run that play again.
Just heave it.
Yeah, we need a quick score. I mean, what do we got to lose? From this point on the field, I think that'd be a really good play. But I don't see Phoenix Cole. Bornsted's going in at quarterback. Hendricks has gone the whole way at tailback. He's got to be a tired young man because he's playing defense tonight too. In case you're just joining us, Ryan Sims not playing tonight with a bruised knee. Might not play next week either. Good news is it's not a serious injury. Oh, that should be a penalty.
Oh, that should be a penalty.
Steinspring was thrown down after the play was dead. And no flags, 2nd and 10.
It's definitely a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
That was well after the play was over with.
Adam Block's coming in at tight end.
Well, you know, they've stuck with this sort of spread formation and trying to spread the defense, and we just got to come up with a couple plays here.
McCoy and Steinspring flank left. Bornstead looking to throw. He's got Steinspring open. Steinspring is mauled at the 46-yard line. My goodness, how many guys does it take to bring down a 5'10", 154-pound wide receiver? There must have been 7 guys tackling him.
Give Daniel credit, you know. I mean, he wasn't going to go down easy, and he was fighting for everything he had.
So it's 3rd down and 6 for Blacksburg at the Liberty 46-yard line. Another opportunity here to convert and keep the ball away from Liberty and get a 1st down and move the chains. Let's see what Bornstedt does from the shotgun. Low snap, he controlled it. He's rolling out. He's got some time. Now he's throwing. It's going to be a 1st down. McCoy.
Nice play.
Was that McCoy or was that?
That was McCoy with the catch.
He lost his helmet, but he caught the ball. 1st down for Blacksburg.
And I tell you what, give Caleb credit. He stood in there tough and really took a shot, but he delivered the pass and was able to get the 1st down.
And then moving the chains.
Ball's at the 38-yard line.
4:44 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Blacksburg trailing 20-3, but they're trying to get back in. If they get a touchdown here, they're back in the game.
It's definitely a new ball game if we can get on the scoreboard here.
Ball's at the Liberty 38-yard line. Here's Corbin Hendricks. He's got some running room for the first time tonight. He's loose. He's down inside the 25-yard line, and they finally get him down. 1st down Blacksburg, and for the first time tonight, Corbin Hendricks had some running room.
For Corbin, and that's I believe those passes sort of opened that up, and because they had to start covering them.
That's right.
And that's what you need. You got to have a well-balanced offense with a little bit of run, a little bit of pass.
Ball spotted just outside they call it the 21-yard line. 1st down for Blacksburg. So finally, Brad, they got some rhythm going offensively. Run, pass. They got the Liberty defense backpedaling a little bit.
They do, and I've said it before, we have to take advantage of this.
David Hurst wide to the left. Now we got a whistle.
Oh.
No, it's a timeout, I think. Yeah. Blacksburg wants to have a chat. Apparently, they didn't like, Coach Chris didn't like the way they were lined up, so he just quickly called a timeout. And that's unfortunate because they may need those timeouts later. That's the first one for them. So each team has 2 left.
You're down 20-3. You don't want to have to waste your timeout.
That's for sure. So we'll take a timeout. 3:58 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Our score, Liberty 20, Blacksburg 3.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to like this place. No one is going to bother me here. Yeah, this is the spot. The kind of spot a nice piece of trash like me could get used to. Yeah, I'm going to be here a while. Hey, where are you going?
To the river.
Nice. Whoa, what's going on? Where are you taking me? No, not there. Not in there. Dude.
Pick it up, Blacksburg.
What's that smell?
Bill McShane, Brad Epperly back at Bill Brown Stadium. The Bruins are trying to battle their way back, trailing 20-3 here late in the 3rd quarter. They do have a 1st down at the Liberty 21-yard line. Shotgun formation, Bornstedt looking to throw. He's going to throw for the end zone. He's got Steinspring down there. Brian went up for it, could not catch it, but he had a great opportunity. It was a good throw and just goes incomplete.
Yeah, that was another great job by Bornstedt, hanging in there. I mean, he's taking some hits every throw that he's throwing, and he's doing a good job of staying in the pocket and delivering the throw and giving us an opportunity to make the play.
That's really a good call at 1st down. It stops the clock, 3:51 now, and that would have been down near the 10-yard line or 5-yard line. It would have been a great reception. Steinspring went up high for it, just couldn't get it, but you got to try it. You got to take some shots. You got to get the ball in the end zone one way or the other.
We got trips over here to the left side.
3 wide receivers to the left side. Bornstedt going to give the ball. Actually, penalty flag is down. That was a little change of direction. A little shovel pass is what they did there.
Yep.
To was it Austin Hanks?
Well, actually, it was to Morgan McCoy, the inside flanker. They had faked the dive to Corbin and then brought Morgan back around on like a little trap or counter.
Let's see what the flag is all about. The officials are having a conference, and that's never a good sign. That means there's a disagreement on what the penalty is, usually. That was the first time we've seen that play. A little shovel pass, a little misdirection. McCoy was coming around, and the object of that is to try to procedure penalty against Blacksburg. Well, the good news is it'll still be 2nd down.
Yeah, 2nd down and 15.
It's the 2nd game. That's the first time we've seen that play, Coach. They just put that in this week.
I like it.
I do too. It was a good concept because what you want is Morgan McCoy out in space.
Well, I look at Morgan, and again, I've seen Morgan play a lot over the years, and he's like one of those scat backs that just you get him in space, and I remember a couple of years ago with David Wilson. He was one of those types of guys that, you know, you get him out in space and you just let his abilities take over.
Natural ability, right, exactly. So they declined the penalty, which is probably a good move on Liberty's part, because that brings up now 3rd down and about 12 for Blacksburg.
Gives you a lot of faith in your defense if you're Liberty. Sure would like to see.
We need Bornstedt to hook up on another pass play here to Ball or maybe Steinspring. Now they got 2. Let's see what they have. They got 2 tights and they got 2 wide receivers split. Bornstedt in the backfield with Corbin Hendricks, and there he goes. He's got a 1st down and more. Inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. Corbin Hendricks, what a great play call, Brad.
That was a great play call and great athletic ability by Corbin. I mean, he wasn't going to be denied. He was running hard. He kept those knees pumping. And, you know, if there's any of these young football players out there, you watch how that run took place, because that's the way you want to do it.
I'm telling you, he almost got in the end zone. He was that close to breaking a tackle and scoring on the play, but it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the Bruins. Bornstedt, shotgun formation. Hendricks gets the ball again, straight ahead, and he's determined now. He can smell the goal line. He got down to the 3-yard line on that run.
You know, that's what you got to have. You got to have football players that smell the goal line. And I coached with a guy in Salem, and he didn't care how fast he were. He just wanted them to smell the goal line.
I'd give it to him 3 more times. Actually, Bornstedt keeps the ball. He goes forward. He's big as he is. He's close to the goal line. Did he get in? He got down to about the 1-yard line. And, you know, he fell forward, so that's about 2 yards right there. So it's 3rd down and goal now. From the 2-yard line, Bornstedt's going to kick. The ball's on the ground. He got it, but he lost 2 yards on the fumble.
The Bruin recovered.
4th down, don't you have to go for it here?
I think you have to go for it here.
You really do.
What do you have to lose? You're down by 17. This is crucial.
I think Corbin just got a little anxious there. He knew it was his. He was going to run the ball, and he started running forward before he actually had the ball. And he's lucky, really, to get it back. It was laying on the ground in the backfield. So it's 4th and 4. This is it. They got to score a touchdown here. Bornstedt rolling out. Oh, he's got Steinspring open in the end zone. The pass is, he threw it away. It was not even close. It was a very, very bad pass. Steinspring was wide open. That's unfortunate.
Well, the good news is we've got them back deep in their territory. Let's see if we can't get a turnover here and play the field position game. That's tough.
Bornstedt has to be reminded, you got to go back in and play defense. He came to the sideline. Nobody's more disappointed than him, because he saw how wide open, and sometimes that's the hardest pass to make when you got a guy that's wide open.
I'm sure that he is disappointed. And, you know, the other thing with Caleb, you know, I think we have to remember that this is only his 2nd game as a quarterback, and he's a sophomore, and you know, overall, you know, I think he's done very well, so he shouldn't beat himself up too bad.
1st down for Liberty at the 4-yard line. And we have a minute 15 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Nowhere to go as Liberty keeps it close to the vest. Quarterback kept the ball. And you're right, Brad. What Blacksburg's looking for here is another turnover.
Yep.
That's for sure. Minute and a half left to go in the 3rd. That was huge. Blacksburg could have got the ball in the end zone right there. It's a whole new ball game.
Oh, it is. And, you know, and another turnover is not out of the question after what we've seen tonight.
Well, not only that, if they keep them down here, they're going to get good field position. And there's still a lot of time left, so all is not lost, but that was very disappointing because we had a guy wide open in the end zone. 2nd down and 10. Handoff goes to 32. That's Devin Carper. I'm sorry, that's Preston, Jamal Preston, and he went nowhere. It's going to be 3rd down and long for Liberty.
I believe you had it right the first time. I believe it was Devin Carper.
Okay, Carper.
Ben Rudd and Marcus Salardo on the tackle.
You know, it looks like Matthew Smith's coming back in the game.
Who's coming out for us on defense? Is that Lardo?
No, that's
Ben Rudd.
Ben Rudd, yes.
Okay. Looks like he's just tired. Here we go. Big 3rd down and 9 for the Blacksburg defense. They got to make a stop here. And it's going to be a running play, and they do stop him. Well, no, they didn't. He got loose. He got a 1st down. That was Matthew Smith.
Wow.
I mean, they had him stop, and he would not go down.
Yep.
That's huge.
That's a big play. I tell you, he is a hard running back.
And somebody from Blacksburg is down after that play.
Players number 6 for the Bruins.
Oh, that's Morgan McCoy.
That's Morgan McCoy.
He's been banged up a little bit. He got banged up a little
Let's hear
earlier.
it for Morgan McCoy, ladies and gentlemen.
He's going to run off, but he got run over, I think, basically.
Yeah. Well, you know, I tell you, Morgan plays so hard. He plays with everything he's got, and you know, Morgan weighs 137 pounds, and when you're going out there playing against 220-pound guys, you know, all game long, you're going to get some bumps and bruises, and
that was a huge play. You know, that was 3rd and 9, and Smith took it for about 15 yards. And that's the end of the third quarter. 1 quarter left here in Blacksburg. And our score, timeout on the field, our score, Liberty 20, Blacksburg 3.
My name is Margot Thompson, and I volunteer because when you live in a community, I think that part of living in that community is giving back to that community. I volunteered for the clinic for 24 years. If everybody tried it once, I think that they would find they wanted to come back. It would just make a much friendlier, happier, healthier community in every way. The free clinic, over the years that I've been a part of it, has grown by leaps and bounds, and I'm amazed at the size of it and consequently the expense of keeping it running. The free clinic benefits from the United Way because of the amount of funding that comes from the United Way. Their support of us is tremendous.
Together as one, we'll be stronger in every way.
Bill McShane, Brad Epperly back for the 4th quarter of this game tonight. Blacksburg certainly has had their opportunities, but they just haven't been able to cash in, and they still trail 20-3. Liberty has the ball 1st and 10 after a conversion on 3rd and 9, which was huge. And now they're back to running the ball and the clock, and now they're into the secondary, and another first down.
Hands off to Matthew Smith.
Matthew Smith again, and he got about, 15 more yards.
Yeah, he sure did. I tell you what a great running back. And, you know, Liberty has just been so successful tonight on first down, and it sort of kept us on our heels.
He's averaging almost 7 yards a carry. He's got 66. He's got about 80 yards after that carry. We're looking at the 3rd quarter stats. Time of possession finally evened up a little bit.
Yep.
First down for Liberty, about the 37-yard line. Another handoff inside. This time no gain, or at least a yard gain. Blacksburg stiffens on defense.
Very good job there by our defense. Sort of filled the gaps.
That's Matthew Smith again. So we're getting a steady diet of Matthew Smith right now.
That was Lardo coming in hard from the inside linebacker position. Well, the good thing is our fans, the student body are not giving up. They're still out here cheering us on.
Hey, I've seen bigger comebacks than this. And here's a play in the backfield, and the quarterback keeps the ball, and he's close to a first down. That was Austin Porter, the quarterback. Let's see where they spot it. Right at the sticks, at the 46-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, that was a great fake by the quarterback.
It really was.
Blacksburg had two guys coming in hard from the corners on Matthew Smith, and at the last second, that quarterback pulled the ball, and out around the end he went.
Half a yard.
3rd down and less than a yard.
It's 1 yard.
46-yard line. It's a huge play, although I kind of believe that if they don't get it here, they'd probably go for it on 4th down.
I think you're probably
unless
right.
Unless they take a big loss or a penalty.
For time position.
Yeah, and again, the clock is running. That's their main goal now. And it's straight ahead, and they're going to get it. That's Austin Porter.
Oh, I don't know. They spotted him.
Well, it depends on where they spot the ball.
Spot there.
Looked like he had it. I just looked at the line movement. But you're right, Brad. They came in and looks like they spotted it right in the same place as it was. They're going to have to measure for the first time tonight, I believe.
Yep. It's going to be close for sure.
Yeah, measurement. Yep. And again, I believe they'll go for it on 4th down.
Sharp on that stuff.
Yep. Looks like they're going to bring the chains across the field here.
Going to have an official measurement here.
What do you think? Did you get it?
What the shortage is.
I think he got it by the nose of the football.
No,
he is short.
Got it.
He's short.
Yep, he is. There he is. He's short.
Actually, it looks like he lost a little bit of yardage. So it's fourth and about the PA guy saying 1.5 foot. Let's call it 4th and 1, optimistically. And again, it doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure Liberty's going for it here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going.
Good opportunity for Blacksburg. They come up with a play here. They got great field position. Jack Hale comes into the game. Adam Vaught is out on defense. And here we go. Let's see if they try to get Blacksburg to jump. Nope. They're going ahead with the play, and looks like he picked it up. Looks like that time Porter did get enough yardage to get the first down, and he did. He only got a yard, but that's all he needed.
Yeah, they, defense held tough, but just too close for him.
First down at the 47-yard line. Clock continues to run. We're at 9.5 minutes now left to go in the game. 20-3. It's been all Liberty tonight. Blacksburg has been down a couple of times near the goal line, but they just couldn't get it in the end zone. One Carson Wise field goal, 39 yards is all they have on the board.
And, the time is another big opponent of ours.
It is now, that's for sure.
Austin Porter hands off to
Great pursuit on the defense.
Matthew Smith stopped cold that time. Marcus Alardo and C.J. Linkus were in there, and so was Del Percio. No gain, 2nd and 10, but you're right. The clock is now the mortal enemy of Blacksburg. It just continues to run. Blacksburg has 2 timeouts left.
We need to get a big stop here. Try to get the ball back.
Need a turnover would be good.
yeah.
The ball's been on the ground a lot tonight. I'll say that.
We can't keep asking for any more turnovers.
We're begging. Now we're begging, aren't we? Yeah.
I don't know if that was a busted play or not, but it actually worked very well in the quarterback's favor.
Austin Porter decided to keep the ball. That's good to see. Morgan McCoy back in the game. He made the tackle that time. The ball's right at the 50-yard line.
As Morgan grows here as a young freshman, he's gonna be a player, and he's gonna take some bumps and bruises, and he's going to be a well of a player by the time he finishes his career.
No question about that. 8 minutes left to go in the game. It's 3rd down and 7. Another opportunity for Blacksburg to get the ball back. They can stop him here. Porter rolling out, looking to throw downfield. He does. It's going to be overthrown. Incomplete. Brings up a 4th down, and it stops the clock.
That's always beneficial. Looks like Golson and Caleb Bornstead had good coverage out there.
So Liberty's bringing their punt team on, and Blacksburg will get the ball back. Daniel Steinspring is going deep, and the up guy will be Darnell Golson. I think this is the first Liberty punt tonight, is it not?
They punted one earlier.
But who's back? Austin Porter's back. He's not the punter. He did punt it, though. Okay. Steinspring racing over to try to get it. He will get it. Now he needs a block. And he is drilled out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Stops the clock anyway with 7:37 left to go.
Yeah, it looks like a Liberty player's getting up pretty slow over here on the sideline.
I think that's Chase Key, isn't it?
Number 4, I believe.
That's Montana Willis.
Yeah,
he's shaking up.
He's still walking slowly.
Steinspring's taking some shots tonight, hasn't he?
He really has.
He's a tough little kid.
As you said earlier, he and Morgan are so similar in size, and just like on that play, he was slung out of bounds.
Remember the Smurfs, the Miami Dolphins receivers? Those little guys, kind of what it reminds me of.
Yep.
Those guys were lethal because nobody could find them. It's like little guys running around as the big guys couldn't find them. Yeah, it's a Liberty player now has gone down on the field.
Yeah, it's a different one.
I think this is cramps.
Yeah,
it is a different one. I think this is cramps. We'll keep it right here because he should be up here in a minute or two. But remember, we're back next week. Blacksburg hits the road. They're going down to Tazewell. We'll be following them down there. And we will be traveling down and coming back late Friday night. And for me, it's going to be tough because I got a football game Saturday afternoon at 1:30 at Lane Stadium. So that's a quick turnaround for me, Brad. So you're going to have to talk a lot next week. That's what that means. You're doing a great job, though, I got to tell you. So that's not going to be a problem for you.
Well, I generally have never had too much problems of talking. My wife tells me all the time I talk too much.
Is that right? That's who is it that is now up and that is Chase Key, number 20, the injured player, and it was cramps. The way you can tell the way he's like he's walking on stilts. So most likely he's done for the night because cramps don't go away in a hurry.
You know, you really see a lot more of that in today's athletics and such than you have in the past.
Bornstedt.
Oh, he's open.
Oh, he's wide open. Kirsch is going to take it to the end zone. No one's going to catch him. That's Aiden Ball. I'm sorry. Aiden Ball, number 14 from Caleb Bornstedt. And there you go. Wow. A quick score. What was that, 90?
That was 87 yards.
A definite mistake in the Liberty secondary, a broken coverage, and number 14, Aiden Ball, took it to the house.
Carson Wise in for the extra point.
Carson Wise is on for the extra point. It's a funny game, isn't it? You just never know.
You never know.
I mean, Liberty probably, figures this game is over. We just need to run the clock out, and now all of a sudden it's not over.
It's a new ball game, a two-score game.
Yep, two-score game. And with Carson Wise, field goal from just about anywhere inside the 40-yard line is in play. And now we got not enough players on the field for Blacksburg. Here's Del Percio running on late. And now we're ready to go for the extra point. Bornstedt, a high snap. He got it down, and they're not going to get this away. That's too bad. That play was messed up from the very beginning because Del Percio did not get on the field till late. And that's huge because now it's an 11-point lead.
Yeah, you got to get you got to get a 2-point conversion if you score a touchdown, and for a field goal, or you got to get 2 touchdowns.
It just ruined the timing of the play. The snap was high. Bornstedt had to go up to get it, which means that it took him longer to get the ball down, and then Liberty came in and blocked it. So,
and I think we were a victim of sort of what Liberty was victim of on the 99-yard kickoff. We just weren't ready for that. The play happened so fast.
That's right.
We just weren't quite ready for our extra point.
But that's a learning deal for the players. You got to be ready. You got to be in the game at all times.
At all times.
You got to be paying attention. You got to know what your assignment is. You got to be ready to get in the game when your team is on the field.
Yep, that's tough. And the other thing that you look at, and with Caleb there as the holder, he took a pretty good shot.
He did.
In there, and sometimes have to worry about that as your starting quarterback. Definitely don't want to get him hurt on a block kick.
So Carson Wise will be kicking off. 7:27 on the clock. It's now 20-9. Liberty out in front of Blacksburg. A botched extra point attempt could turn out to be huge in this game. We'll wait and see how that works. Of course, Liberty missed an extra point attempt too. So 11 points still within reach. Field goal and touchdown and 2-point conversion gets Blacksburg even in this game. That's certainly not out of the question. But what we have to do now is not let Liberty get a first down, not let them run any more time off the clock. 3 plays and out's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you want those 3 plays and out, and what's impressive to me is this Blacksburg team. I mean, they're fighting. They're not giving in. They're not giving up, and
they did that last week too.
Yep, and fighting to the end. And what more can you ask from these young men?
That's exactly right. They're not quitting. They're not hanging their heads. They're still making plays. Carson Wise to kick off. We don't anticipate an onside kick here. It's too early for that. He's going to kick it deep, and he does. And it goes down to Trayvon Lightfoot. So here we go. This is always an adventure with him. And they got him down inside the 25-yard line. Good coverage by Blacksburg on the kickoff return.
Very good coverage. I sort of collapsed on him, and 25-yard line. I mean, that's not great field position for them. So
it's actually the 24, I think. But you're right. That's a good job by the kick return team, kick coverage team.
We could definitely use another one of those turnovers. Go in and score quickly.
For the Minutemen.
The defense has played excellent tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You think about it, you take away that 99-yard kickoff return, and look then what the score would be. It'd be 13-9. Well, there's a running play that goes for about 6 or 7 yards. Austin Porter, the quarterback, kept the ball. Flag is down. There's a flag down at the 29-yard line.
Hanky on the field.
I'm not sure what the call is. They're talking to Blacksburg's captain. They're talking to Parker Robertson, so it's on Liberty.
Could be holding.
I think that's what it is. And if it is, that's huge. That'll take Liberty back. You have to take it because they got 6 yards on that play. Here's the call. Holding against Blacksburg.
Oh, against Blacksburg.
Is that right?
Wow.
Why would they,
against the Bruins.
why were they talking to Parker
I
Robertson?
believe it was.
Be a face mask.
Oh, it's a face mask.
It's a face mask or a hit to the head is what I could gather. It was a personal foul, I believe.
The referee's coming over to tell Coach Chris what actually the penalty is, and that usually indicates a personal foul.
Yeah. It looked like it could have been possibly a strike to the head, and that's such a such an important debate.
That's huge because that takes the ball out to the 45-yard line for Liberty, gives them a first down. And so now, even if Blacksburg gets the ball back, the field position is not going to be great. They have to, receive a punt. And Coach Christ is. Both Coach Chris are getting explanations from the officials. Dave Chris, the head coach, got the story from the referee, and now one of the line judges is talking to the younger Coach Chris, Brian, right?
Yep, that's Brian.
Brian Chris, and he's still going after the official. I'll tell you, Blacksburg coaches haven't been real happy with the way this game's been called.
No, it's definitely been.
Hand off to Matthew Smith.
Matthew Smith carries the ball again.
It's never great when you're losing, but there's been some questionable things, I believe, that have occurred, and so I understand their frustrations.
Yeah, me too. You work hard all week, you prepare your team, and then stuff's taken out of your. Stuff's out of your control happens. That's frustrating.
Well, and some of the things that I've seen is just taking the momentum away. Not necessarily the calls, but not being necessarily organized and letting the flow of the game go.
Porter hitting the backfield.
Ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground. Blacksburg has it.
Fumble and a Bruin recovery.
Wow, that's huge. Who got it?
That was Parker Robertson.
Will Sharp came through. It was all over the quarterback, and that caused the fumble, and Parker Robertson came up with a loose ball, and what a valuable player he is, a senior and a leader on the football team, and that's huge. And here we go, Blacksburg has a chance with 6:21 left to go.
6:21, you got great field position. You're on the 47-yard line.
Bornstedt is in, shotgun formation. We got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bornstedt looking to throw. He does throw, and he completes his pass to number 10, Josh Hefta. And that's at the 40-yard line of Liberty, and it's not a first down, but it's a gain of 8 on the play.
It's a great play.
And so if they score and go for 2, then they're only down by 3.
Second down and 2 yards to go.
I'm telling you.
Coach Christ and Chad Johnston, I believe, went in at halftime, and they discussed some things, and they found some opportunities here with the spread offense that they
Bornstedt could just settle down and have some time to throw. He's got a man open. That should be interference, and it is. They ran into the receiver. The official threw out a beanbag, and then he threw his flag.
he got the wrong laundry the first time.
David Hirsch was the intended receiver. Contact was made before the ball got there, and Blacksburg will have it down at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
Wow, that's a big play, and great offensive play call right there. I mean, you've got to open that up to keep Liberty honest and go down the field and try to get the pass interference penalty called.
And that's what it is, pass interference against Liberty.
Call against the Minutemen.
And so actually, it's not a spot foul. It's from the line of scrimmage. It'll be 15 yards. So my bad, but it's still going to be a first down for Blacksburg. And they're going to have it down about the 25-yard line.
We will definitely take it.
Absolutely. They're stepping it off now, and I'd be counting. This guy's walking. I'm counting. Okay, 24-yard line.
First down, Bruins at the 24-yard line.
And if you're Liberty, you're looking at that. You know what? If he saved the touchdown, it's probably not a bad penalty because it would have been a touchdown if he didn't run into Hirsch. Bornstedt looking to throw again. Over the middle.
Where's that ball?
Good play.
Did he catch it?
I believe he
Is
did.
that McCoy?
Pass is complete.
No,
That was Hirsch.
Number 15, Hirsch. David
To
Hirsch.
David Hirsch.
That was a good catch, wasn't
That
it?
was a great catch. He went right down on the ground after.
Touchdown.
Sort of perfect fundamentals is getting those hands down in between the grass and his body.
And we got a timeout, Liberty. They know they're in trouble. 5:38 on the clock, and if Blacksburg scores here and gets two, it's a 3-point game.
It is.
I'm telling you.
It's, I've seen some crazy things happen in the game of football, and you never stop until that last whistle's blown.
The other thing here for Blacksburg is, do you take the field goal? If you can't get in the end zone, that still gets you the win at 8. You got to get points here, don't you?
You have to get points no matter what.
Depends on the situation, I guess.
Yep.
You know, if it's 4th and 8 down here, you got to get 3 points, and then you're still within 1 score of tying the game.
Yeah, I think you have to put some type of points on the board.
I agree. But it's first down, and right at the 10-yard line, so call it 1st and goal for Blacksburg. So they're going to have at least 3 shots at the end zone here. And you know what? Corbin Hendricks hasn't had the ball in a while. Let's give the ball to him.
Yeah, that's right. Do you know Corbin's not in there?
He's not in there, so that'd be kind of hard, wouldn't it?
Will Ingram is in there now.
Yeah, Will Ingram's in. 4 wide receivers. They're showing pass. They get the ball. No, they don't. Bornstedt pulls it out, throws. Oh, look for Steinspring at the 5-yard line. It's incomplete. This is a 2nd down and goal.
Yep.
Intended for Daniel Steinspring.
Good try by Daniel there.
That's a good play action. They faked it to Will Montgomery, and then they play action pass, and Steinspring was pretty well covered that time. Will Ingram, sorry. And so they were unable to find him, but it's 2nd and 10, and that does stop the clock. 5:35 left. 20-9, Liberty leads. Blacksburg knocking on the door here, trying to get closer in the 4th quarter.
Definitely plenty of time, and
Bornstedt again looking to throw. Got some time. Now he throws in the end zone. It's going to be incomplete.
Pass is in the end zone.
Wow, he took a shot back here.
He was looking for number 10, Josh Hefta.
Jamal Preston, and I can't see the other gentleman's number, 63.
Bornstedt's taking some hits tonight.
Oh, that was a hit.
You could tell he's got his hands on his hips. He's trying to gather himself here. This is a big play. And here it is. If they don't convert on this play, we're going to see Carson Wise.
Yep,
no question. That way you're within 8, and you're within 1 score of tying the game.
I'm not so sure that here you don't move Bornstedt over to the receiver like we had talked about before.
I guess they feel like Corbin Hendricks is just tired. They're just giving him a rest because he's not in the game. Bornstedt throwing, complete. Steinspring down to the 5-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down and goal. That was Morgan McCoy, wasn't it?
Yep, Morgan McCoy.
Well, yeah, Morgan McCoy caught the ball.
Down to the 5-yard line.
Carson Wise coming on. That's exactly what you need to do here. Pretty much guaranteed 3 points by getting it down to the 5 yards. It's like an extra point for Carson Wise.
Well, they get you down to within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Wouldn't you love to see a fake field goal here? And get a touchdown? You got Bornstedt holding.
You do, and that is another benefit of having him there in that position. It has its negatives and its positives.
This time the snap is good. The kick is down and up and through. It's good.
Field goal is good.
So Blacksburg has done the job. They have pulled it within 1 score. They were down 20-3 earlier, and now it's 20-12. And we still have 4:48 left to go, and Blacksburg has 2 timeouts left, so they still have time to tie this game up. We'll take a timeout. Our score, Liberty 20, Blacksburg 12.
Help keep our streets safe. Yield to pedestrians who step into a crosswalk. Every time, everywhere. Communication is the key, and a wave is a great way to communicate for both drivers and pedestrians. Situations are always changing, straight ahead and at every turn, all day long and into the night. So stay alert, stay safe, and remember to yield. It's worth the wait. A message from the Virginia Department of Rail and Public Transportation.
Well, they kicked it deep. It's in the end zone. Touchback. Great job by Carson Wise, because guess who had their hands on the football? Matthew Smith.
Matthew Smith.
But he was in the end zone when he caught it. That's huge right there.
Well, the other part, too, is you kick it in end zone, the clock doesn't run.
Yeah, and just think of this. The difference in this game now is a 99-yard kickoff return.
Yep.
Otherwise,
sure is.
it's a tie game.
Sure is.
Or at least a one-point game. 20-12, both Blacksburg and Liberty have missed extra points. But the good news is Blacksburg is within a score and a 2-point conversion of sending this game into overtime. And we still have 4:48 on the clock. First down, Liberty at their own 20. Porter, the quarterback, giving the ball. Guess who? Number 14. He's been the workhorse tonight, Matthew Smith.
He's a tough runner.
Yeah, he got about 6 yards.
6 yards. It'll be second down and about 4 to go.
He looks like he's wearing number 4, but the one is twisted around. He's been hit so many times.
Yeah,
it's from under his left shoulder.
It is.
He's been hit a lot, but how many times has he carried the ball? I mean, my goodness. At the end of the third quarter, he had 10 carries for a total of 66 yards. He's averaging almost 7 yards a carry.
Wow.
So he's got over probably 17, 18 carries by now.
He's running over
he's
here
gonna
right
get
behind.
it again. Yeah, and he's short.
Preston.
He's short of the first down. Marcus Alardo got him. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Liberty. The kid's got to be tired. I mean,
has to be.
Look at him walking back to the huddle. It's actually 3rd and 2. That's a good play by Alardo, and the Blacksburg defense knows they got to stop him right here.
But you know, when you're a tough football player and you know the game's on the line, tired or not, you find a way to get it
That's
done,
right.
and you find a way to be on that field and do what you have to do for your team to be successful.
So for Blacksburg on defense, somebody needs to make a play right now on 3rd and 2. Clock running, 3:34 left. 20-12. Liberty trying to hold on to their lead. In the backfield, hitting the backfield, short of the first down. Blacksburg has made the stop, and they'll get the ball back.
Wow.
3 and
That's
out.
Coffee calling timeout right now to shut the clock down.
And they did. Coach Christ out on the field calling timeout. He's got 1 left now. That's a good call, Brad. They had to do that. Otherwise, they're going to run another 30 seconds off the clock.
Yep.
So Liberty is going to have to punt on 4th down. And Blacksburg, well, they don't have to, but they probably will if they're smart. And Blacksburg should get pretty good field position out of this.
Yeah, I think so. And we haven't tried to pressure on the punt yet.
That's right. That's right.
We were able to block one last week.
I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd put Morgan McCoy on one of the ends and let him go after the kicker as fast as he is.
Come right on the corner.
Yeah. And put maybe Hirsch on the other side, or maybe Steinspring.
The only scary part about that is you get into a roughing the punter.
That'd be fatal at this point.
It'd be devastating.
Yeah, it really would. Those are all things you think about as a coach, though, don't you? Do I have to go after the kicker? Do I set up a return? What do we do here?
You do, and it looks like Morgan is on the corner here.
Yeah, and look who the kicker is. It's going to be Austin Porter again.
Mm-hmm.
So, that gives him options too. He could pull it down and run.
Oh, yeah. Got Will Murray on the other side, Morgan on this corner, and back deep it looks like Steinspring, and middle guy's Golston.
Oh, it's Golston, you're right. And Liberty's having trouble getting enough players on the field. Now Liberty has to call a timeout. And here's why. If they didn't call a timeout, that's a penalty.
Yes.
Because that guy came on late. So now Liberty is down to 1 timeout. Both teams have 1 timeout left. We are going late. I understand the Christiansburg game ended at 9:20?
Yeah, it was early.
Wow, they must have run the ball a lot.
Early.
And the final again was what?
35-14 Christiansburg over Giles.
Okay.
That's a big victory.
That really is. So Christiansburg goes 2-0 early in the season. They beat Floyd last week. Not sure who they play next week, but they're off to a good start.
They are. They might have Franklin County next week, possibly. I tell you, that's a big victory. You go down to Giles at opening night at Giles High School into Bandana Express land and come away with a 35-14 win. You've done something.
So Porter is back. He's going to kick from about his own 15-yard line. And you're right, Steinspring and Golson are back for Blacksburg. He is going to kick. And we should have a return here. Steinspring's got it at the 41-yard line. He's going to take it right up the middle and gets up to the 47-yard line. Good job by Daniel Steinspring. Good field position for Blacksburg. So let's see what the Bruins do.
Looks like they're on the 48. They're on 48.
They mark it on the 48?
Yeah, I believe it is the 48.
The officials are throwing the ball around right
they're
now.
moving it back a little bit.
It's 47, wasn't it?
Yeah.
46?
46.
Okay. So here's the situation, folks. 3:08 left to go in the game. Blacksburg has one timeout left. They're starting at their own 46-yard line. They trail by 8. So this game is in the balance. Right now it's up for grabs. Whichever team wants it more is what it's going to come down to. Bornstedt is back in shotgun formation. Is that Hendricks back there with him? I can't tell.
No, it still looks like it's Will Ingram back there.
Here's a long pass. Oh my! Intended for Colin Ball, and it just falls out of his reach at the 20-yard line. He had a shot, but he just couldn't quite get there, and Lightfoot was on the coverage.
Looks like we got a penalty back here in the backfield. Could be roughing the passer.
That's what it is, roughing the passer on Liberty. I didn't see it.
Well, that's a big play.
That's a big play. That's going to give them 15 more yards and a first down.
You know, I tell you what, I can't give enough compliments to Caleb Bornstedt. You know, you come in the first half and throw 2 picks, and here's a sophomore first-year quarterback, and from that point on, he hasn't lost his poise. He's worked hard, and you know he's taking a beating back there tonight, but he's staying in strong, and he's leading this team.
And even though he's tall, he only weighs 180 pounds. He's not a real big kid.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're that tall, that's not a lot of meat.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's a first down for Blacksburg at the Liberty 39-yard line. Look out, look out. He got his pass away, and it's incomplete. Good job by Bornstedt. He got hit again by one of those big defensive ends. He was looking for Morgan McCoy. Stops the clock. Wow. I didn't think he was going to get that pass away.
I didn't either. That's Preston coming in off the corner again. And boy, I tell you, when Coach Chris was talking about him this week, he's right. He is definitely a terror out there on the field.
So it brings up a second down and 10, stopping the clock, 2:59 left to go. Ball's at the Liberty 39-yard line. Liberty leads it 20-12. The Bruins with one last-ditch effort here to try to get the ball in the end zone. Bornstedt, this time he's got time. He overthrows his man. It's intercepted. Lightfoot has it. He's going down the sideline, and he's probably going to score. That ball bounced right to him, and that's pretty much going to end up the hopes for Blacksburg.
Wow, you really hate to see that.
Yeah, they had a great chance, and the ball was tipped, and anytime the ball's tipped, it's usually there's a flag in the end zone, and that could be a celebration.
Yeah, I believe that's probably what it is.
Unsportsmanlike contact, but it doesn't matter. It's that's going to send a lot of people to the parking lot, I'm afraid.
I tell you, that's a heartbreaker for these young guys. They really played their hearts out here in the second half.
Yep, unsportsmanlike on Liberty. Boy, Lightfoot had that was a personal delivery right to him, and tailor-made for a run down the sideline, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he, I think he might be a pretty highly regarded track and field athlete.
Is that right?
And the way he went down the sideline, I could understand why.
Yeah, once he took off, I could tell there was nobody that could catch him. And Bornstedt had a good angle too, but there's no way.
Yeah. Personal foul against the Minutemen.
So let's see.
Celebration.
Again, no tee. Liberty is all night long. They forget to bring the tee out. How do you do that if you're a holder? I don't understand that. 44. Hunter Taylor is going to try the extra point. Mr. Line Drive, and it's not even close. He shanked that one. So it doesn't matter. 26-12 now your score. We'll keep it right here. 2:46 left to go in this football game. Liberty with an interception. And Brian, we talked about this before the game. It came down to big plays tonight. Too many for Liberty.
It did. You know, I mean, big plays will hurt you, and this is the one thing that, you know, in talking with Coach, they were a little bit concerned about with big plays. They knew that they had to stop these plays. You know, Liberty they have the athletes, they have the speed, the size, and you know they're capable of those big plays, and you know ultimately you just want to try to keep those to a minimum. And you know overall I feel like our defense played extremely well, and you know you run into a situation where you have a 99-yard kickoff return, and then you have a 61-yard interception return that's intercepted off of a deflected pass. You know that's a heartbreaker.
And you made a good point. I think this Blacksburg team is showing they have a lot of heart. They have not given up tonight. You know, they could have easily mailed it in when it was 20-3. They didn't do that. They got back in the game, and up until the last 30 seconds, they had a chance to win this game or at least send it into overtime. So give them a lot of credit. I mean, I think this team is going in the right direction. They're going to win some games this year.
I agree.
No question.
You know, we just need to keep having a community coming out supporting them, the student population coming out and supporting them. this team's getting better. They're better each day, I believe, in practicing in each game, and they're going to surprise some folks this year.
So Liberty will kick off. And there's still 2:46 left to go in the game, and both teams still have Blacksburg still has one timeout left. Here's the kick. It's pretty short. It's going to hit, and they're going to have to field it. They got to get on the ball, guys. It's a it's a live ball.
Wow.
Ball's picked up by Daniel Hanks at the 31-yard line.
Like Austin Hanks on the return there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, they just let it bounce and roll around, and it's like, hey, it's not a punt, it's a kickoff.
Yeah, you can't.
That was a mental mistake there.
Can't let those roll around on a kickoff.
Another teaching opportunity for the coaches when they look at the film. First of all, you don't ever want to let a kickoff bounce if you can help it, because you don't know what way it's going to bounce. You know.
Yeah,
he should have. It was a short kick. He should have came up and fielded it.
I think my junior year in high school, we were playing Lee County, and I think they picked me out. They kept kicking the ball to me every time. It bounced every way that I wasn't.
First down for Blacksburg at their own 25-yard line. Bornstedt over the middle. Almost intercepted. Was that Lightfoot again?
No,
that was number 4, Montana Willis. Ball was intended for Morgan McCoy, and Willis timed it out perfectly, just didn't make the play.
It was intended for Morgan McCoy.
And so it's second down and 10.
Second down and 10 yards to
Ball's just across the 30. It's at the 36-yard lines where they spot the football. That stops the clock at 2:37 left. 26-12. Liberty's going to win this game most likely, but I'll tell you, Blacksburg gave it a really good try tonight. Showed a lot of heart, and they have nothing really to hang their heads about. Just gave up too many big plays.
Nothing at all. And I tell you, this Liberty football program is going to win some games this year.
Bornstedt's going to run the ball, and they knocked him down short of the line of scrimmage. Boy, he's taking some shots tonight. He's going to be in the whirlpool tomorrow.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be sore in the morning.
Yep.
But I'm very proud of him. You know, just to see him stay back there in that pocket and deliver some of those throws. That's what leaders do.
Think about it. This kid didn't even play high school football last year. He played basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a heck of a transition.
And a very good basketball player, might I add.
2:05 left to go. Clock running. It's third down and 13 for Blacksburg. Bornstedt stays in the shotgun, looking to throw, and does. And he's got Steinspring wide open. Steinspring is tackled at the 34-yard line. Wow, another long pass, this time to Daniel Steinspring. That'll stop the clock while they move the chains. First down, Blacksburg.
Hey, you know, that's a great play. Daniel had to come back a little bit for that.
Otherwise, he would have scored.
Or he probably would have scored there, but great execution, way to get it down the field. And
that's just what we're talking about. This team is not done.
Yeah.
They're not done playing.
They're going to fight till the end.
They're going to try to score again. And if they do, then we will see an onside kick.
Yep.
First down at the 34-yard line of Liberty. They're trying to get the clock started. Now it does. Bornstedt gets the snap, looking.
Bornstedt back to pass.
Throwing deep again. This time Steinspring is there, and it's going to be intercepted.
Ball is intercepted
at the 6-yard line. Chase Key.
Yep.
By Chase Key.
Has some words with Steinspring. Or one, I don't know, maybe it was Steinspring had words with Chase Key. But they did have a few things to say to each other.
Yeah, they were definitely getting acquainted down
that's
there.
just two competitors is what that is.
It is.
Two guys going hard.
And, you know, that's you want to see kids compete. And I know for Daniel, you know, you don't want to see that L in the record column. And he's fighting till the end. He's had a well of a game. And
he really has. Chase Key made the interception. What's that, 4 tonight for Bornstedt?
Yeah, I think that's 4.
That's a tough night for him, but he still played well, as you said. He really showed a lot of heart out there tonight.
He did.
Made some plays. Threw a touchdown pass.
You know, he's learning. He's learning, and he's going to be an excellent quarterback here at Blacksburg High School.
Been a lot of penalties, a lot of incomplete passes. In case you're wondering why this game, there's another penalty while we're still playing. It's because flags have been flying tonight.
Before the play starts.
And we've had injuries, so there's been a lot of delays.
Looks like a false start.
This game's going to end up going an hour past when Christiansburg ended. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing.
Multiple whistles, ladies and gentlemen. We try to figure this out.
Got some other updates here on scores.
Okay, go for it.
Looks like Pulaski beat Northside 21-20 in overtime.
Wow.
And Floyd also beat Galax.
Just don't know the score.
Not 100% sure of the score.
Okay.
That must have been a great game, Pulaski and Northside.
I don't know what we're doing now, but they must be going for the all-time longest high school game in history record because the officials are meeting out here talking about I don't know what.
It's sort of been like that the whole game.
Yeah.
And that's what I was sort of referring to earlier. When Blacksburg had the momentum there a couple times.
They're waving off the flag. That's unbelievable. We got a minute 41 on the clock. We got a 26-12 score, and Liberty just wants to run the clock out, and they're throwing flags. Unbelievable. Now we got another whistle. Come on, guys. What are we doing?
Something else.
The PA guy's getting in it. The PA guy said, now we got something else. That's pretty classic.
This is
unbelievable.
This is. It hasn't been a very well organized.
Now we've got
ran
coming over to
game.
talk to Coach Christ. I can't wait to talk to him next week, see what this is all about.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, the officials will not be invited to the post-game meal. Pretty sure of that.
I'm generally pretty lenient on officials, as I've been one in past days.
Yeah,
but this has been tough.
You got to be.
The coaches are getting an explanation of what's going on.
I'd like to have an explanation.
Don't have a clue.
You got to work together as a team. You got to have somebody who's in charge. And right now, I don't know who's in charge down there. One guy's got a white hat, but he's not in charge because he's way on the other side of the field. He didn't even come over
It'll
here.
be first down and 10 for the Minutemen.
Liberty finally runs a play. And that's going to be, guess who? Number 14, Matthew Smith.
Brings the ball up.
Must have 20 carries tonight.
That was really funny, Bill. You missed that. The PA person said the coaches are getting an explanation on the field. Us here in the press box do not have a clue.
Oh, I didn't hear him say that. That's great.
I don't think I've ever heard that from a PA announcer.
I've wanted to say that a few times, but I like my job at Virginia Tech, and I don't dare say anything like that.
You just keep saying another first down Hokies.
Don't worry.
That's what we like.
I'm hoping to get about 20 of those in Monday night. Minute 2 left to go, and who do you think, Matt? And now another flag.
Wow.
Here's what I would like to propose: take all the flags away from the officials.
Yeah.
Do not have any flags, so they can't throw any more flags. Because now we have another flag and another clock stop. Jeez. 55 seconds left to go, and the clock is stopped. And the score is 26-12.
Illegal procedure on the part of
This has been a long game.
Liberty's going to be penalized 5 yards. So instead of 2nd and 4, to be 2nd and 9.
will have a 5-yard penalty.
Sure, Coach Brian Christ, he seems like he's had more conversation with them than most, and I'm sure that he'll be full of words of wisdom for us.
He's going to be looking for the Tylenol when this game's over.
And the Bruins call timeout.
And now Blacksburg calls timeout. What's this about?
I don't know. I think it's...
It could be, you know what, guys, no more penalties. Let's just get this game. Let's just play it out.
Yep.
I think it's more, let's end on a high note than anything else.
And, very well could be. There could be something that Coach saw and is trying to use it as a learning tool.
Yeah, that could be.
It looks like Coach is in there talking a little bit. Looks like Coach Sheeler's in there talking a little bit. So
Coach Christ is not in the conversation. He's down here on the sideline, but it is Coach Sheeler and looks like Coach Lucas. Yeah.
So it could be something, a little learning method there. As a coach, you try any time that you possibly can to teach these young men and to give them a leg up for the next time they play.
Well, the other thing is, with the score being as it is, there's certainly a temptation to take a shot. Somebody's been in your face all night long, and that's probably what they're warning them. Don't do that, because if you get thrown out, then you can't play next week.
That's right.
Porter hands off again to Matthew Smith.
Hand off to Matthew Smith.
And it's been a good, hard-fought battle.
Now, if everything falls into place here, that could be the last play of the game.
Third down coming up.
Depends on when they start the play clock.
4 yards.
I think he's waiting to start. It's okay. I don't think they have to snap it again. It's 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, there's 19 seconds down on the
that's
play.
Right. You're right. They do have to snap it one more time. I see the play clock now. So one more snap, and we'll have this one in the books at 10:15.
Yeah, I did find out Christiansburg plays Carroll County at home next week.
Okay, good. And finally, Porter takes a knee, and that should do it. That should do it, and that's going to do it. Clock's going to run out. So the final score here tonight from Bill Brown Stadium, the Liberty Minutemen beat the Blacksburg Bruins 26-12. And we're back with our postgame show right after this on The Bear 105.3.